Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, San Antonio's Sports Center.
NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says the Cowboys are going to franchise tag wide receiver George Pickens this offseason and could be willing to trade him away for a second-round pick. Well, we've reached the All-Star break in the NBA. You can catch it all right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Tonight, the Rising Stars get underway at 8 o'clock. Spurs guards Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and Carter Bryant just added to that roster.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On the road again. We are out at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd. Always a great place to be. And, well, it's a perfect opportunity to get the All-Star break in the NBA underway. It does tonight. Hello, everybody. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and it is Friday. Minix, we made it.
Yeah, at end of a long week. Could you turn my headphones down just a little bit? End of a long week. Thank you, sir. And man, it feels like we need a weekend.
We do.
I am ready for a weekend. I know.
No kidding.
You know, I don't know why it feels that way. You got rodeo going on. Valentine's Day tomorrow, boys, is special. You've got to do something, and we here at the Blitz have a bit of a dilemma as we get ready for Valentine's weekend. We're going to see what kind of great colleagues we have there at the Radio Ranch, because one of our colleagues got flowers for all of our wives, because they know we're a bunch of, we're not going to do that ourselves. So I don't know, apparently there's like a flower sponsor. So they send us an email. Hey, there are flowers available for you to take to your wives at the front desk. Except for we're sitting at the Roo Pub. We're not at the studio. So which one of our colleagues is going to deliver these flowers to us here at the Roo Pub and be the assist man for this weekend for us?
Or assist woman, however it may be.
However it takes.
I might be willing to use your credit card and buy them a drink.
I mean, you certainly could. If they were to show up here, we would take care of that. We would. But, we'll see what kind of colleagues we have on a Friday. Because they're going to drink somewhere.
Well, of course
and they should be coming to drink here at the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road, just like you should be coming here to the Roo Pub at 281 and at Redland Road.
And one of the big reasons why is you have to come in here and register. Guess what we have? Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets to give away, but you have to come to the Roo Pub, register to win, and that's the only way you can get them. So come on down here, start your weekend early. Look, I see a couple of you. You're looking a little peaked, looking like you're not feeling too well. Tell the boss you're sick and get out here and have some fun with us.
Well, and the reality is you can get some work done. Right over there at table number 8, there is a guy with his laptop up, and you can tell he's on a Zoom call, but he's watching baseball on his phone that is right there propped up on his laptop. And then over there at table number 3, there's a dude that, he's just scrolling Facebook, but he looks like he's working.
He looks like he's working, and then there's just some other people that said, the hell with it. We're not working. We're here to start the weekend.
They're having a great meeting. That is what they are doing. They are having a great meeting.
This is a great place to be on a Friday, or any day for that matter, but since it is Friday, a great place to be. And come and hang out with us. Lunch was fantastic today.
Yeah, always is.
It always is. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. I really am. But we got a lot to do today. But the one thing is, I know a lot of you missed out on the Jelly Roll and Post Malone tickets on Wednesday.
Yep.
You got another chance today, but you got to come here and register.
Yeah, come get registered. And I can almost guarantee you, that Jelly Roll and Post Malone will be a lot better than Russell Dickerson was last night at the San Antonio Rodeo. Now, I have seen a couple of comments on social media that they weren't overly impressed with the show last night. And then Reinagel was at the show last night, and not so rave reviews, huh?
No, not at all. Look, I love the rodeo. I love going down there. I was excited to go. We had great seats, and the rodeo part, never disappoints, and,
Yep.
and I enjoy watching part of that. The drinks were great too,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
So all that was good. Then Russell Dickerson comes out, and now, granted, I'm going to cut the guy a little bit of slack, I guess.
Why?
Well, because it's a condensed concert show,
Sure.
right? But he comes out and he starts singing crap I've never heard of.
So because you don't know everything in his catalog, you're mad. You know 2 songs, and he sang.
No, I know
12.
about 5 or 6 of them.
All right.
It's an hour. It's
Uh-huh.
an hour. And look, I don't mind if you play some of your new stuff. If you want to do that, that's fine with me. But mix it in with some of the stuff that
Well,
people actually know.
But they save the stuff that you know for the end of the show. I mean, you
Why?
ever been to a concert? You know their biggest hits are at the end of the show because that's what people are there for. If they played the song you knew early, then you could leave.
No.
Yeah,
That's not the way it goes.
Yeah, you know,
Typically-
and it's like the encore. You know what the encore song is going to be?
well, there was no encore.
Well,
last
because
night.
it's the rodeo.
Well, here's the deal.
Why?
So he gets started, and for about, 20, 25 minutes, he's singing crap that I have no clue what he's doing.
All right. So, and that's his fault.
Well, yeah, it's his fault.
Okay.
But it's not just me, Minix. Yeah, and I'm not just being get off my lawn guy. Half the frickin' arena left. I mean,
Really?
by the time he was done,
Well, maybe it was the wife beater that he put on and not necessarily the songs that nobody knew.
no, that was afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Because he actually had a regular shirt on for half of it.
All right.
And then he went in and started acting like Hulk Hogan, and then he puts the wife beater on. And I tell you what, this guy,
No, there's probably half the people there that enjoyed him in the wife
well,
beater.
I'm sure my wife probably one of them.
All right.
I don't know. But this guy likes him.
Well,
He likes himself quite a bit. You can tell that for sure. Then look, I like the guy, and I'll listen to his music. He's on the rotation there. But yeah, I mean, come on, dude. I want to hear some songs.
No,
so
no.
I'm sitting there for 30 minutes going, all right, this sucks.
all right. Now let me ask you this though, because I have actually seen Russell Dickerson in concert. I saw him with you
Yes.
in Boston. We were there for the Army-Navy game, and he was playing this. I want to say private party. It was a
private
invited,
party, yeah.
but there are a lot of people there.
Sure.
You know, a couple hundred anyway, but a small venue. I didn't know anything about the dude, but he was awesome that day. I was
Yes,
like,
he
all right,
was.
you know, this guy is good. I like him. Added a couple of songs. Those are only songs that I know. Couldn't
Right.
tell you what they are, but when they come on, I'm there. It's country, not my jam. But if he had an hour set at the rodeo,
Yeah.
and only half of that hour he could fill with songs you knew, well, maybe he doesn't have enough hits to play an hour. Like Pat Green is playing on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Pat Green will play nothing but hits for an hour because he's been around forever. And every song that he's going to put on that set list is there. You know, we've talked to Pat Green on this show before about how difficult it is to come up with a set list because all those artists want to play 1 or 2 songs that are new that maybe aren't the big hits, but you also got to balance out playing what everybody is there for, what they paid their money to go see you do.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to divide it up into new stuff for 30 minutes and then your hits for the last 30 minutes. Mix it in. I'm okay with them singing new stuff. I got no problem with that.
Really?
I'm fine with
Uh-huh.
it. But you know what? Why don't you start? Why don't you start with one of your good songs
Get
and then
everybody going?
No,
Yeah. You start with a hit
Yeah,
and get everybody
right.
going.
and he didn't do that.
And
It
I
was-
always like it when I'm seeing somebody that I'm not, like, hey, here's one of my new songs. All right, cool. That's cue for me to go get a beer or go to the bathroom. I mean, because I don't want to miss one of the songs that I came there to see while
Exactly.
I'm standing in line.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
Yeah.
concerts to me, whether it's in the rodeo setting, and again, it's a different setting. I get it. And if he was on it was a concert, a real concert, maybe it'd be different. But you're there for an hour, and you know that. Everybody knows it. Entertain me with stuff that I know that I came there to see. If I want to learn that new song you played or those 5 that you played to begin the set last night, then I'll go learn them.
Yeah.
And I'll
right.
download them on Spotify. I don't want to
All
see
right.
that. I want to go and I want to hear songs that I know.
Did you have fun last night?
I did until
Good.
then.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
No, it was a great. Look, the rodeo's great, man. I love the rodeo. I love how they do it. The bull riding was fantastic. The bronc busting was great.
Was there mutton busting?
There was.
All right.
There was some little kid who won the thing, rode that mutton or sheep or whatever the hell it
he
is.
rode the mutton.
But he rode like almost all the way to the other side of the arena, and
Really?
that typically doesn't happen.
No. No, he was hanging on for dear life.
He was good. I can't remember the little kid's name, but he was good.
That's all right. He knows what he did there.
Yeah.
He knows what he did there.
It was fun. The rodeo's fun.
Now, speaking of riding that mutton all the way across the arena, tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
It is.
And we were talking yesterday about last night's rodeo show. And one of our colleagues at the radio station, she too was going. And walked in and I saw what she was wearing and said, "You going to the rodeo tonight?" She's like, "I am. How'd you know?" I'm like, "Look at you." And she had said she had tried on 20-something outfits before settling on that one, but was still unsure of it. And so talked to her today, a little while ago, because we're trying to see if she'll bring those flowers out here. And I asked how the show was, and did she change again, just out of curiosity. She said she did. Not because she wanted to change. Her boyfriend said he didn't like the outfit.
And to that, I said, you need to dump that dude.
You did say that. Now, guys, it's Valentine's weekend. I mean, unless it's bad. She looks lovely.
Exactly.
I mean, what guy? Now, I asked her, you all right with that? She was like, well, yeah. I mean, if you don't like it, I don't want to wear it.
Yeah, but
what? Dude, she looked fine.
Don't be a donkey.
Well, I mean, but I was like, but she said, I appreciated his honesty. Like, wow. I mean, because you look, you're looking in the mirror, chained on 20 out, you went to work like that, but then you're going to the rodeo, and he's like, yeah, no. I don't know how he said it, but she changed because he said, you can't wear that.
So, fellas, the question that we have, and look, Minix and I know the answer to this, and I finally learned it. And I've had a few experiences, but you don't say that. I mean, you don't want to let your wife go out looking dumb.
Yeah.
But this particular person didn't look dumb.
No.
I mean, she looked good.
I mean, I don't know what she ended up in, but it's Valentine's weekend, boys. Do I look good in this? The answer is yes. Unless it's just like, no, you can't wear that out. I mean, when it's a test.
Right.
When you're being tested. If she thinks she looks good and it's good to go, the answer is yes, dear.
Yes, honey. You look spectacular. Stunning.
And look,
outstanding.
I'm a very honest guy, and I've gotten in trouble for when I have been honest. Like, no, I don't know what you're thinking. No. And I've said that, and you pay the price for that, boys.
You do.
This dude somehow still has a girlfriend.
Well, and that's good. Even though I told her today, you need to dump that dude.
Yeah.
That can't happen. But that's the way that it goes.
It brings up our poll question of the day. Does your significant other appreciate honesty when asking about their wardrobe? Now that's a weird question, the way you worded it, Pledge, because if my wife or Maggie told me, or Joe, if Maggie's wife told Joe, you look like an idiot, go change that shirt or go put on a different tie or whatever. All right, appreciate the honesty. Here we go. All right, cool, because I need that help.
I have no problem with that.
But you can't say that to a lady. We got to change the poll question to, as a dude, when your lady says, it'd be like, Pledge, you listening to some chick give you fashion advice or anybody tell you fashion advice. You always think you look good even when you look ridiculous.
Well, nobody has that much time to give Pledge fashion advice.
This is true. This is
no.
True.
Maggie, in fact, told me that just the other day. She said, I put on a shirt, and she said, I don't like that shirt. And I said, well, what's wrong with it? She said, I don't know. I just don't like it. So that was my cue to get the hell back in the closet and change shirts.
I had that happen not long ago. I put on a shirt. My wife was like, I don't know. Where'd you get that? You gave it to me. I bought that? You did. Yeah.
There's certain things they don't like. Or
Yeah.
Maggie has Maggie was at a luncheon. She could be driving home now. Honey, if you're listening, this is true.
Yeah.
Maggie likes me to kind of match what she's wearing. You know what I mean? So we don't clash. And I've never understood that, but I don't fight it. It's one of those.
You got to compliment each other.
Exactly. It's one of those battles I don't fight. Right.
Yep.
So I always have to take that into consideration. So there'll be a lot of times I'll wait till she gets dressed, and then I'll get dressed, so I know what color combos to put on.
Sometimes it's just hanging there. Apparently, this is the shirt I'm wearing today.
Oh,
depending on the event.
See, I don't have that happen, but I'm. Well, Maggie's not afraid to tell me if she doesn't like something I'm wearing.
But you're afraid to tell her, and that's understandable.
Well, I'm not afraid.
Yeah, you are.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
We all are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of the way.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the way it rolls. So we've got a poll question up. Valentine's weekend here at the Roo Pub. United States against Italy. Ladies Olympic hockey is on the middle screen right now here at the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road. What are you laughing about, Ryan?
Oh, my gosh.
What are you laughing about? I say that as we just got a tweet from @BillBren @Jason Minix. Is the USA women's hockey game on at the Roo? Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
And who sent this tweet?
Bill, right here. You don't see that right there? You don't believe me?
No, I believe you. Yeah.
Yes. Right there on the middle screen.
I'm flabbergasted that somebody would actually be interested in that.
It's ladies hockey, and it's the Olympics. It's Team USA.
Yeah, okay.
What are you, anti-American now?
No, I'm not.
Well, it sounds like it.
I'm not.
You're anti-ladies?
Playing hockey? Yeah.
Why?
What? Why?
Why?
Yes.
Have you ever watched women's hockey?
I have not.
Well,
I really have no desire to watch women's hockey.
You're going to be thoroughly entertained, especially.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You see a bunch of ladies knocking each other on their ass.
Well, it's called a hip check.
No, I know what it's called.
Did you?
I don't want to know what the hell. I don't want to see a bunch of ladies doing that.
Just wait till they're not wearing that uniform, and you're going to become a bigger fan. They all look like beach volleyball players underneath that.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
Half
they do.
Of them probably don't have teeth.
No, they got teeth. See, they wear masks. See, they got masks on there.
There ain't no way those ladies look good in a volleyball uniform.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Really?
Wait till they take out their falsies.
Yeah. I mean, they look. Hey, I mean. There's some people that are into that pledge.
Well, some people are, yes. Holy cow.
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. All right, well,
the ladies hockey is on here through Italy.
Italy. Boy.
Yeah.
Those ladies in Italy, I'm sure they're rolling. Woo!
Do me a favor during the break. Google image the women's hockey players without their, casual wear.
Should I do Italy?
Whichever one you want.
Whatever, okay.
I mean, think about the kind of shape that those ladies are in.
Well,
think about that for a minute.
I will,
Those ladies could do more on skates than you can do in tennis shoes.
Dude, that's not setting the bar very high. I'm telling you right now, that's certainly not. Hey, you got to come down here if you're interested in USA women's hockey. It is on the middle screen here at the Roo Pub. They've also got, some baseball going on here, a rerun, and they've got the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, which is going on too.
Yeah, I bet you we could get hockey on all the TVs.
No,
here.
we don't want to do that.
We know people.
No, we don't.
We know people.
But get on down here. If you want to do that, you got to come register for these Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets and come start your weekend with us here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth more.
You know what? You're right. At GiveMeTheVin.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more at Give Me the VIN, because good cars are worth more, and so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Big games, weekend trips, last-minute plans. February gets busy. That's why Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is opening their doors to new furry family members this month. With over 6,000 feet of indoor play space, 5 outdoor play yards, and fully trained staff supervising your pup's every move, your dog stays happy, safe, and active while you're away. Add grooming, training, and special one-on-one time to make every day, every stay unforgettable. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It was one of the biggest disasters the city had ever seen. Entire neighborhoods gone, hundreds of families with nowhere to go, unsure if they'd ever be able to rebuild. But Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles is returning these families home, rebuilding not just homes, but hope, delivering critical supplies, funding repairs, and even building new homes with those who lost everything. The work has started, but it's not yet done. Join us as we rebuild LA. Learn more at habitatla.org.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle after a long weekend. The boys are back in the saddle. We got plenty of Olympic hockey to talk, Rob.
Oh, All-Star weekend came and gone. We've got more Spurs coming forward. Hey, you got an assignment. You can sleep in on Monday, but we will see you again on Tuesday. Set the alarm. We'll see you at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd. That's where we are today, broadcasting live. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And a couple of business things. We do have a poll up that simply says, does your significant other appreciate honesty when you ask about their wardrobe? We also need you to come in and register for these Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets.
Yeah, although I don't like our poll question, and Pledge refuses to change it, apparently, because guys appreciate the honesty from the ladies. I don't think ladies appreciate the honesty from the guys. It's very different. And on Valentine's weekend, guys, don't be honest about that. Yes, dear. Do I look good in this? Yes, dear. Does this make me look fat? No, dear. I mean, you got to understand how the game works. Yes, dear. Do I look good in this? Yes, dear. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not sure what that was.
I don't know. Some sort of echo.
Yeah, we got an echo going on. That's fine.
We have an echo.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that's a great place to come to. If you like women's hockey, it's on here. We got golf on here. We got all kinds of stuff. They got, there's TVs all over the place. So whatever you want to do, come on down here and start your day with a lot of people already have.
Yep.
A lot of people have, and you want to come party with us.
Dude,
it's Friday.
You've already gotten your first compliment of the day this Valentine's weekend. Steve walks up and says, Joe, you losing weight?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently he's drunk already.
Well, yeah, because everybody looks better after a couple of beers.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No doubt about it. Well, I get that, and then I get slammed over here on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. It said the whole show is just me complaining about something.
Well, I mean, it's accurate. I mean, they're not wrong. Well, the difference is, though, your complaints a lot of people can relate to.
Well, true, and that is true. And but I like to complain.
Thanksgiving dinner. You always got that uncle.
This is therapy for me.
Well, it's therapy for them.
Yeah, so I get it off my chest, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
I only speak the truth, my friend. That's all.
Well, your truth, anyway.
There is no other.
That's how it is.
There is no other.
Now, come see us here at the Roo Pub. Get registered for those Jelly Roll Post Malone tickets for their concert coming up in Waco in May. Have to come register here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Rd. And I know, we're not even a full week past the Super Bowl. So the NFL offseason officially underway, but not even a week old. And the storyline about George Pickens is already getting to the fatigue level, and we're not even getting started. The latest is a report that the Cowboys are going to try to tag George Pickens, they will tag him and then try to trade him for a second-round pick.
And that sounds great. And if they can get a second-round pick, that would be fantastic.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure they can. And unless somebody's completely desperate, a second-round pick, and then you got to turn around and sign Pickens to a contract.
You know, it is interesting, and I do wonder, will a team do that? I don't think this will happen, but let's debate it. So let's go with, all right, because Jerry Jones does have all the options, all the leverage, because they can tag George Pickens. He's not going anywhere, although there's a set of crap that comes with that, like he could hold out and be disgruntled and be that dude in the locker room, which all the red flags that we thought about George Pickens, if he's playing on the tag, those could start raising, right? But Jerry has the option. Sign him. Trade him. And what could they get in return? They gave up a third-round pick to get him.
And a fifth.
A second-round pick would be like compensation. I disagree with you. I do think somebody would be willing to give up that second-round pick and sign him, just like the market would be there if Jerry didn't tag him, let him become a free agent, and go to the highest bidder. The money is going to be there. If you're a team that thinks you're this close to the Super Bowl and you just need that elite wide receiver, New England, Buffalo, there's a handful of teams. George Pickens, you know what you're getting, and with a second-round pick, you're hoping you hit on it. But it's going to cost you right out of the gate. No different, really, than Micah Parsons last year. You found a trade partner, you got a lot in return for him, and they had to sign him. The same could happen with George Pickens.
We'll see, and there may be somebody desperate enough to do that. Look, if somebody offers the Cowboys a second-round pick, I say, okay, George, it's been nice knowing you.
Yep.
We'll see you later. Because the Cowboys don't have a second-round pick. They don't have a third-round pick either because of the stuff that they've done and the deals that they've made. But, look, Pickens is a great player. If the Cowboys decide to keep him, I don't think anybody would be upset by that. However, if you can get something for him, especially a pick in the second round where you can continue to rebuild that defense, or perhaps find a wide receiver in that round that can come in and play for a hell of a lot less money than Pickens is going to get.
Well, and that's where I think Jerry has so much leverage here. In the options are all really good. There's not a negative for Jerry Jones except for having the guy play on the tag and whatever BS would come with that, because there is a lot of risk in signing George Pickens to a long-term deal.
Yep.
Let's go back to, red flags in college, what went on in Pittsburgh. He was great for 1 year. And even in this year with the Dallas Cowboys, there were a couple of times when, we're waiting for it. And we were, the guy was under a microscope. So every little, did he hustle here? Did he stay out in Vegas too late there and got punished because he had to sit out a play? But you're talking about giving that guy a lot of money. There's got to be a little apprehension if you're Jerry Jones, not just because it's George Pickens in his history, with any of the guys that you sign to that level. And we know Jerry, kind of like you talked about with Micah, when you're one of those guys making that level of contract, your expectations are so much higher about what you're going to be in the locker room, leadership-wise, and everything else. It's a lot more to it than just coming to work and being one of the soldiers. That said, you sign them, cool. You don't sign them, can you replace them? Wide receiver is one of those positions where you could draft a guy in the second round and get immediate impact. Draft a guy in the fifth round and get immediate impact if you get right. Drafted Jalen Tolbert in the third and you wasted a pick. That's the problem with the draft.
Trade away a fourth-round pick for Jonathan Mingo and you're screwed too. So
Mingo,
Jerry hasn't done too well there. But with Ryan Flournoy coming up and playing as well as he did last year, I think that gives the Cowboys a little bit of leverage. Now, if you end up dealing Pickens, I'm not sure Flournoy is your number two guy. But certainly if you've got him, you go out and get somebody else, either free agent-wise or in the draft, I think you're going to be okay. And the way Dak Prescott's been playing lately, I think, if you can catch the football, he's going to deliver it to you on time and in the right spot. So, again, the Cowboys are in a pretty good position with George Pickens. And I know a lot of Cowboy fans want to keep him. They'd like to see that happen, have those bookends going. But, look, if they can get a second-round draft pick for him and not have to pay that salary, I think it would be better off for the Cowboys.
And again, I don't know. I better off. Depends on how you replace them, but I'm with you. You have the options. I don't know that I'd be mad at it. What you can't do is trade away a pick, get George Pickens for a year in which you don't even make the damn playoffs, and then he leaves for nothing. That can't happen. That's the one scenario that's off the board, and the tag keeps that from happening. You know, they have Paris Campbell and Trayshawn Holden that were in camp last year. I believe those guys are still around on futures contracts. Is Jonathan Mingo still under contract for a year?
I think he is.
You know, so you've got him, you got Turp, and remember, Ryan Flanoy as that third wide receiver replaced Turp kind of down the stretch.
Yeah, he did.
You know, and he played well. So I think there are some options there. I believe Jalen Tolbert's a free agent. That guy can go bye-bye.
Yeah, he can go.
But at the same time, there will be other receivers with experience or what you can get in the draft. So you do have some options. And at some point, you gave up a fourth for Jonathan Mingo. We don't know how good this guy is. Now, granted, plays a different position than Flanoy, but Flanoy seems light years ahead of Jonathan Mingo. When they brought him in, was he going to help the rest of that year? He really didn't. And then you got a George Pickens, and George Pickens obviously replaced Jonathan Mingo as your starter. And you still have CeeDee Lamb, and you still have Jake Ferguson.
Look, I think it's what I love about football, Minix. Honestly, you get a guy like Flournoy who worked his ass off and showed the Cowboys and the coaching staff and everybody else that he was the guy. And it worked out. And that talent rises to the top all the time. And if you're playing better than everybody else, you're going to play. He got that opportunity, and he made the most of it. And I think the Cowboys are thrilled now. I would imagine the fact that they do have some leverage, they do have some options with George Pickens. Do they want to sink, $100 million into Pickens for the next 3-4 years, or trade him away, try to get something for him, and develop a guy like Flournoy, maybe draft another one?
You know, just throwing this out there. If you're Jerry Jones 5-8 years ago, no. How many more seasons does Jerry have left? And at what point, seriously, at what point does Jerry say that's going to be a Steven problem because I'm going to be 6 feet under?
Well, true.
At what point? Now, the other part, you've told me for a decade that you think Dak Prescott is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
Sure.
You've told me that for a decade. At some point, you've got to invest all around Dak, not just on offense, but on defense too, to see if that can happen. Now, I know during Super Bowl week, there was it Orlovsky that talked about a new window opening for Dak. I look at his contract. He's got, 2 years left to go win a Super Bowl. I'd be shocked if Jerry Jones gave him another contract if there's not a Lombardi trophy attached to Dak Prescott's name before that time comes, unless he all of a sudden is going to play for a Baker Mayfield type salary, and I don't see that happening.
Well, and obviously we've got a few years before that decision has to be made, but surely, I mean, look, Dak Prescott at that time is going to be 32, 33, 34 years old.
Young for quarterbacks.
Well, sure, but are you going to invest and give him another $60, $70 million a year? No. You're not going to do that. So Dak may decide he wants to go play somewhere else. So, but if he's loyal to the Cowboys, which I think he is, he would take less money, I think. I have to believe that he would.
When in Dak's career have you heard him leave $1 on the table?
But it's not that. In Dak's career as a young man, we're talking about father time now, stepping up and saying, hey, and I get it, quarterbacks. I mean, look at Matthew Stafford, for example, 37 years old. The guy's playing probably the best football of his career.
Yep.
So it can happen. I'm just not sure that the Cowboys or anybody else would give Dak Prescott another huge contract like that.
I mean, we all say that because the real world, and then these guys get that money and you go, how in the hell does that happen? But if at some point Jerry's got to have the championship to justify in his mind, it can't be, we're getting close. Here's another $200 million. Hopefully we get there. But at the same time, unless he goes out and finds somebody that could be the actual replacement for Dak Prescott. And I don't know that they currently have that. At least last year they tried in having somebody that might develop into. But until that, I just don't see Jerry starting over at quarterback either. So it's going to be interesting. Now, Jerry's done a lot of things differently this offseason. It'll be interesting to see if this works, but I love the idea that it ain't the same old, same old. Reports today that Scott Simons, the SMU defensive coordinator the last 4 years, is being hired as the Cowboys' new inside linebackers coach.
That's incredible.
It is for a variety of reasons. One, it's not like, all right, you hire a guy and you're just bringing everybody over that was on that particular staff. It seems like they really are going out, interviewing a ton of people and figuring out what they like about that coach, what that coach can do for this team. Also tells me that an SMU defensive coordinator is saying, screw college football and the way that life is now. I'm going to the NFL. Oh, yeah, and I don't have to move because I've been living in Dallas for the last 4 years as the DC at SMU.
Well, think about this and how unlike Jerry Jones this is. The oldest coach on the defensive side of the football right now is 44 years old. Everybody else is younger than that. And one guy's 29 years old. Christian Parker's 34 years old. So there are some youth in that defensive coaching staff, and we'll see if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I kind of think it is a good thing, and I tell you, very un-Jerry-like, that is for sure.
Goal, Team USA. Little give and go off the face-off. They take a 1-0 lead over Italy in women's ice hockey.
Well, and I see this, and Bill tweeted me this time, and he's reminding me that women's team is really, really good, and that's great. I did check out the roster and a couple of pictures, and I'm not feeling you, Minix.
None of them look like middle linebackers.
No, they all look like men.
No, they don't. I mean, you looked at their team photo that they took after practice. Google their bikini calendar.
They got a bikini calendar?
I have no idea.
No, they don't.
I have no idea.
Hey,
you're just a hater.
It's Team US. That's all I do is complain, man.
That's
I
it.
mean, I've been told that.
That's it.
That's it. I just
That's
complain.
it. I mean, if they were skating around in jerseys and thongs, you'd be all in.
That might be. Depending. I don't know. Who knows? Hey, we're at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd. Come on down here. We just had a couple of people register for the Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets. A lot of people in here that haven't had that opportunity yet, but they will get it, I'm sure. So get on down here before they do. We got koozies over here to give away and pins and stuff. And it's just the Roo Pub. I mean, you don't need another reason. Come on down to the Roo Pub. Start your weekend with us. When we come back, early odds to win divisions in the NFL. I saw this, and what got me interested was the Houston Texans are favored to win their division, which kind of surprises me, quite frankly.
Yep.
But we've got them all for you when we come back. So keep it right here. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-269-3394. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-269-3394. 800-269-3394. 800-269-3394.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Encira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're having a good time. This place already. It's got folks in here that have decided to start their weekend early and are enjoying the ice cold beer and other beverages here at the Roo Pub.
And the ice hockey. Ladies ice hockey.
Yeah.
Team USA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, now you got ice hockey in the middle, and then you got golf on the other two screens. And then there's golf everywhere. There's auto racing over there on that particular one.
Yeah.
I guess is the Daytona 500 this weekend? Yeah, that's Memorial Day, isn't it?
No, it's not Memorial Day. That's the Indy 500.
Indy 500.
Yeah, the Daytona 500. Is it this weekend or next weekend?
I don't know.
There's some NASCAR types out there that will tell us. But I think it's either this weekend or next weekend. It's normally a week or two after the Super Bowl. It's weird because NASCAR seems to have their biggest – it's this weekend? Yeah, see, you know, of course.
Must be Sunday
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the biggest event in NASCAR is their first one.
Well, what is it? The Daytona 500. Yeah. That's like they call that their Super Bowl, right?
They do. Or did. I don't know. I know there's a big group. Cibolo Joe, who listens, and Double Decker Dave, and a couple others. They were hanging out with us a couple weeks ago at that Dallas Stars watch party. There's like 18 headed out to Daytona for this weekend from San Antonio. In that one little group. I'm sure there's more.
Well, dude, let me tell you something. Now watching auto racing on TV is one thing, and that's really where you can see it. And I've done that. And every now and then I'll be interested in that. But you go to a race, and I've been to several. It is the biggest party.
Well, yeah.
It's just a nonstop party. It's a lot of fun to go to a NASCAR event.
Anything live. You would have fun live at a hockey game. You would have fun live at whatever. I mean, live events are always fun. Watching a bunch of cars go left all day isn't my thing, but I know there's people that are into it, but if I were going live, I would certainly be there because it is a party. There used to be a track, there still might be, on the way up to Austin, just past San Marcos. And you probably used to be a track announcer there when you were working in New Braunfels, right? Did you do some of that?
I never was. I was never a track announcer until I started at KTSA. Trey Ware got me a job. I actually worked out in towards Poteet, out that way.
Okay.
There was a dirt track out there that I was announcer for.
Well, there was one up yonder up I-35, and we were driving around. They were letting us ride in the cars and getting us drive. Then we were all going to get to drive it. One of the dudes went around the corner and rolled down the hill, and then they wouldn't let us drive anymore. So,
well, that sucks.
Never got that opportunity.
That's too bad.
Just glad it wasn't me that rolled the car. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Early odds to win NFL next year. And again, it's what we do, but it's fun to look at, especially this time of year, because you're making guesses on how good teams are going to be, assuming they do what we want them to do in the offseason. Do they fix the holes we think they have, either through the draft or through free agency, and make the improvements? And if they do, they're going to be in pretty good shape.
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that. Now, there are odds, and these are betting odds, obviously, and the article I'm reading is on CBS Sports, but it's got the odds for every single team in every division and who's going to win that division. When you go to the NFC East, and we'll start there, again, the favorites are the Philadelphia Eagles, which kind of surprises me, to be honest with you. Cowboys are second, with the Commanders a close third. And then, of course, the Giants pulling up the rear.
You know what does surprise me about that? And I don't want to get into, Dallas better than Philly until you knock them off. And, as long as they've got Jalen Hurts. But if they don't do something with A.J. Brown, or if they do something with A.J. Brown, I mean, all bets are off. We can adjust this. But I am surprised, like Philadelphia is minus 110, Cowboys are plus 475, Washington plus 500, the Giants at plus 700. With Harbaugh coming in and Jackson Dart healthy, Cam Scatterbu healthy, Malik Neighbors healthy, and they're already very good defensive front. I think the Giants have a chance of being one of those quick turnaround teams because they seemingly already have answers to the biggest questions if they can get healthy.
I totally agree with that. And there's a change of culture with Harbaugh coming in there. If those guys can stay healthy and Jackson Dart continues to improve, I'm with you there. I think the Giants could be a surprise team this year. I really do. I'm surprised that the Eagles, though, Jason, are such a big favorite. Now, again, all these odds will change, obviously, with free agent signings, the draft, and everything else is coming up. But as it sits right now, the Eagles are a big favorite. I'm not sold on the Eagles this year. I think they're going to lose A.J. Brown. Now, what they get for him remains to be seen. But I think A.J. Brown will be somewhere else when the season begins. So how that plays out remains to be seen. Again, I know Jalen Hurts has been to the Super Bowl a couple of times. He's won a Super Bowl once and was the Super Bowl MVP. But again, I don't know if I would hitch my cart to Jalen Hurts moving forward.
Offensively, I mean, Jalen Hurts just wins, right? When they're pedestrian, they still figure out ways to win games. He's won a Super Bowl. They've got issues. Saquon Barkley coming back. And they, the offensive line, Lane Johnson. I mean, what are they going to do there? But I think where Philadelphia gets that kind of attention is defense, because their defense is still really, really good. Now, are they going to lose anybody on the defense? What are they going to add to it? But their defense keeps them in a lot of games. And will Saquon have a year like he had 2 years ago, not this past season? So I get why Philadelphia gets that kind of attention. It's not a major drop-off. Cowboys have too many questions that need to be answered, as we see here on Friday the 13th of February, to sit there and say, yep, the Cowboys. But they got them in second. Washington, Jaden Daniels coming back healthy. What are they going to be like? I'm surprised that the expectations aren't a little bit higher since they did go to the NFC Championship game a year ago. But like right now, if I were doing it, I would have Philadelphia, Dallas, the Giants, and then Washington.
I think it's going to be a good division. Yeah, I really do, because I think Washington will come back and compete if Daniels can stay healthy. But again, is the jury out on this guy? He had a great rookie season. Last year, injuries plagued him. Does he go the way of a C.J. Stroud, where he just regresses for the next 2 or 3 years? Or does he get back to the form that he showed in his rookie season?
Well, see, and I would almost make a different comparison from C.J. Stroud to RG3. Yeah. Injuries changed RG3's career trajectory. C.J. Stroud has just fallen off because of all the different offensive coordinators, which is something that Jaden Daniels is now dealing with Cliff Kingsbury, no longer a part of the Command Skins front office or coaching staff.
Which brings us to the Houston Texans in the AFC South, Jason. The Texans are favored, but just barely over Jacksonville. And again, that surprises me a little bit. Because if I was in Vegas right now and I saw these odds, I think I'd put my money on Jacksonville. I think the culture's been changed there. If Sunshine can continue to play the way he played this last year, and he improves from that and doesn't regress, I think they've got all the makings for a damn good football team. And I tell you, they were pretty damn good last year and should have probably beaten Buffalo in that first round.
Should have. And again, Buffalo, Houston, all these teams kicking themselves for allowing New England to go get embarrassed in the Super Bowl, because I think all those teams would have put up a better fight against Seattle. I don't know, they would have beaten Seattle, but they would have put up a better fight. Houston, I think, because of their defense and offensively, figure out the running game situation. You're going to get a receiver healthy and a little bit of help on the offensive line, because that Texans defense was so good. And correct me if I'm wrong, Pledge, I don't know that they're losing anybody of significance off of that defense.
Nope.
Because of free agency. They're not like, all right, well, we got to make a choice. Do we want this guy back? So that defense likely is only going to get better. So the complete opposite of the conversation for the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have a Super Bowl caliber offense. Can they get the defense mediocre to good? Houston, they've got that Super Bowl caliber defense. Can they get their offense to be average, good? They don't have to be great. They just have to be good with that defense.
Well, they'll have Nico Collins back, that's for sure. I'm not sure what Tank Dell's status is, but they've got some weapons there that they were missing a lot of when they played the New England Patriots and lost to those guys. So it's gonna be fun to watch and see. I'm just so ready for football again. I'm just so.
Dude, it hadn't even been a week.
I know.
It hadn't been
crazy.
a week.
So if have you seen this story? Remember all the grades that come out, the players grading the facilities of the teams they play for? That's no longer there because the NFL sued the players union, and the suit was you got to stop that, and the NFL won.
You know, I've got mixed thoughts on this because the owners decided they didn't want their employees to grade them publicly. And it is total BS. It really is. One, it's interesting, but the NFL did inform all 32 teams today that, that survey is no longer allowed. The team report cards. An arbitrator determined that the NFLPA's conduct violated the CBA and ordered it to stop making public any future report cards. And again, we can have our opinions on it, but I'll default to J.J. Watt, who might have the best response to this. NFL won't let actual players grade the workplace they attend every single day, but they do allow third-party grading services to display their rankings of players on national television every week. And J.J. makes a great point. When you look at like Sumer Sports or Pro Football Focus or Next Gen Stats that all have some sort of grading system on a player, when you have every coach and every player say only they know what their responsibilities were on those plays, and their grades are far different from their coaching staff than what those services offer, yet they're allowed. So players get embarrassed by that. They get knocked for that.
Well, maybe they need to play better.
Well, but again, we don't know what their assignment was. It is interesting when you think about that. And all those services use NFL-style grading systems, but they are grading on assumptions on every play where the coaches know every play and grade a player accordingly. So while you might get a negative mark from PFF, and then you have the coach at the podium saying, no, dude, he graded out great. And you go, how in the hell did that happen? I watched the game too, because we don't know what their individual responsibilities were. J.J. Watt makes a great point on this.
I guess. I'm not sure it's such a great point. How does that change anything? If the Cincinnati Bengals have a crappy facility. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How does that change anything for a football fan? I don't care.
Well,
I don't give a damn. I don't care if, Buffalo has the greatest facility ever. Who cares? I don't give a damn. So none of that matters to me, and I don't know. Maybe am I the only fan that feels that way? I mean, the state of the facility changes my opinion of that team or are those players not at all.
It's interesting, though, because when these come out, we all make fun of them. Yeah, Cincinnati, their training room sucks. Well, they got a cheap-ass owner. No wonder they don't win. In reality, I think what J.J. Watt is saying, which is why I agree with it, it's okay for the NFL owners to allow the players to get publicly embarrassed by a third-party grading system, but don't embarrass us. You can give it, but you can't take it.
I just don't see how that's relevant. Players should be graded. That's the way that's the way that we judge everything.
Sure.
Players should be graded.
Sure.
I'm not going to win any money because of the state of somebody's facility.
Well, if their training room sucks and their nutrition sucks and everything about their facility sucks and their team sucks, you wonder why. I mean, do I give a damn, honestly, if they've got a nice family room? No. Do I care if they travel on a nicer airplane than other teams? No. But it's just the idea that the NFL owners don't want to be publicly humiliated. And, and I'm with you, though. The grading systems, I love all that stuff. But I understand where J.J. Watt's coming from because we don't know what those assignments were.
Because J.J. Watt's a player, and he's going to take up for the players.
Sure.
That's all that is. So, to me, it's just a non-starter. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It gives you and me something to talk about when they come out, and we can have some fun with it.
Yep.
But other than that, I'm not sure the average fan gives a damn about somebody's facility and how bad their training room is. Look, I do know this. I think if like a team like Cincinnati, for example, you don't see free agents flocking to that football team.
No.
Because they are known as cheap. And I think that's how those teams are graded more so than how their facilities are. That's just my opinion. Minix,
Yeah.
But I complain about everything. So.
You do. You do.
I've been told that a lot of times. I really have
daily.
Been. So let me ask you a question. When Erica was born, Jason, did you get up in the middle of the night and help out with the feeding and the diaper changing and all that stuff?
Very little, but yeah.
You did?
Well, I was doing a morning show at the time.
Well, so was I.
So she was, when she was born, she was actually sleeping through our night at about three months because I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning. But no, I mean, my nipple was ineffective for what her needs were. So, no.
Not everybody back in my day.
You complaining again?
Well, breastfeeding wasn't exactly the. So it wasn't. I could have helped. I guess I suppose. Well, you remember Joe Judge,
of course,
NFL coach. Now he's with Ole Miss. He's got a message for all those mothers who have players that have to get up to go to practice or play a game. We'll hear from Joe Judge when we return live from the Roo Pub. Get on down here and register for Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets. We'll be giving those away here at the end of the show, but you got to be here in person to register for those tickets. We'll continue from the Roo Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
The largest gun show in San Antonio is at the Shriner Auditorium this weekend. Texas Gun Shows is open today, 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Shriner Auditorium on 1604 today through Sunday.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Because shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday. All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000.
Ugh.
Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, former San Antonio Spur Chris Paul has announced his retirement after 21 seasons in the NBA after he was bought out by the Toronto Raptors earlier today. How about Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham? He's purchasing a minority stake in the Texas Rangers ownership. Rangers are his hometown team, being born and raised right there in Arlington. How about that?
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And Minix, we got a bunch of medical professionals that just walked in here.
Well, we do. A lot of people from the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. They've got a location not far from the Roo Pub. Apparently, it's Tanya's birthday, or her birthday was my birthday, Tuesday, and they're out celebrating. So a lot of those docs you hear every Tuesday likely to be in here drinking shortly.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
And you know, medical folks are kind of like teachers. You know, when they get a chance to go have some drinks, they do it right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm married to a nurse. I know.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know. And they're like radio dudes.
I love
or
fact, yeah.
People with a pulse. They want to go drink.
No question about that.
It's Friday. Let's get the hell out of the office and go party, go celebrate.
So,
and you know what's interesting is there is a guy here who's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
His name is Jeff. He had knee replacement surgery at TSAOG 1 week ago, and dude is in the bar today, walking around. I mean, he's got a cane, and it's still wrapped, and so, but he is mobile. 1 week ago today, last Friday, he had his knee replacement surgery, and he's here at the Roo Pub.
That's pretty incredible.
It is.
He's walking around really well for 1 week out. I know he's got a long way to go, and it's going to be, another couple of months or so, but yeah, he says they're coming over with the rehab, and they're taking care of him that way every day, and he looks good, man. If your knee hurts,
Rob Thompson,
get over to TSAOG Orthopedics, because obviously there's an example here. They did one hell of a job.
It is pretty incredible. Get over here to the Roo Pub, register to win those Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets. You can Jeff's hearing us like, yeah, he's giving us the thumbs up.
Yeah.
No, that or the middle finger, one of the two. Either way, there was a finger flying. But he's doing well, because when we walked in, we were getting ready, and I saw his wife, and I was like, is Jeff here? It's like, yeah, he's over there. I said, well, make his ass come over here. I wanted to see him walk. And you were like, don't make him walk.
Well,
no,
he
needs to. He needs to.
His knee's still a little swollen.
Well, not a little
right?
swollen.
It's a lot swollen.
It's sexy.
But, dude, I tell you what, man, it's impressive that he's up walking around that well after just a week of knee replacement.
Yeah. No, it's what they can do now is incredible. And I know, like what the doc told us on Tuesday, you get to a certain pain level where you can't deal with it anymore and you get it done. You don't even need to wait that long. Most people do, Rob Thompson, but if you're going to need it, the recovery is pretty incredible with what they're able to do with knee replacement surgery. 1-0 USA leading Italy in women's ice hockey, the second period. just getting underway. Yes, it is on live here at the Roo Pub. Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know, a lot of discussion over the last couple of days with Trinidad Chambliss, who did get the extra year of eligibility. Well, Ole Miss coach Joe Judge, who has spent time in the NFL, was on the stand. Now, I've seen some reports that say they zeroed in on this one cut and they're making the dude look bad. That might be true, but hard to look good, even if you did isolate one particular soundbite when he says this.
A baby during the season. We would have to educate. This is always a tough conversation to have. It's not even a popular thing. Listen to the truth. We would have to educate significant others who may have been pregnant during the season. We're going to have a baby during the season. And you have to educate them on, you have this baby in the middle of the season. That father has to play good football, right? It's a day-by-day production business. He has to be ready to perform and go out there and play. And when I say that is, you need to let him sleep. He needs to be in another room, attached. You have to explain to the mother, like, hey, listen, he ain't waking up for midnight feedings. After the season, he's full metal jacket. You do whatever you want with him. But he can change every diaper. But in the season, he's got to have different priority.
Hey, look, I'm in total agreement with that. Total agreement with that. Every woman on the planet just said that heard that soundbite when use SOB. Look, the guy they got to play football. They got to get up. They got to be a top performer. They can't be up all night feeding a baby.
You know, 2-0. Team USA gets another goal. There's so many things there, and you have to have that discussion with the mother. DeMarvion Overshone called BS on that and said, you know what, when you're up late at night, that's your motivation to go financially change your life when you're holding that little baby, giving it the bottle or changing the diaper. And part of me, too, is thinking, what college kid anyway is getting 9 hours of solid sleep a night? Whether you've got a kid or two kids or no kids or not, yeah, you've got to be a peak performer, but you also have the responsibility that if you knock somebody up, you've got to deal with the consequences of that. And if that's a midnight feeding, that's a midnight feeding.
Well, look, how can you go out and get a good contract if you're not getting any sleep and then you don't perform well the next day?
Again, that's a conversation that the mother and the father have to have. To hear a coach couch it that way, could you imagine, young lady? This is all on you. He's going to be detached. He's going to sleep in the other room. Don't bother him with that baby nonsense right now because he's got a game on Saturday.
I totally agree with that. Look, with college kids, you see Chambliss, getting another year. You got another guy playing 9 years in college. And the NCAA is so just inept. And the way things are going right now, there's guys playing college that are 23, 24 years old. Damn. I had two kids by the time I was 24 years old. Holy cow. So, and
you haven't had a good night's sleep since.
It's like the way things have changed in college football, they're going to have to deal with this kind of stuff. And I understand Overshone's point, but I certainly understand Joe Judge's point, too.
I think that if you're Joe Judge, you don't say that in open court. You don't say that around the microphone. If you're saying that to some lady in a meeting room, that's one thing. But, that to me, that's
I applaud him for having the balls to say that on a stand where it's going to be public. And it's true because that player is probably making $5 million a year. So hey, Mama, I
think at some point every case is going to be individual too. I'm with you.
Well, if you're not making $5 million a year, don't knock up your wife.
Well, girlfriend,
whatever. There's protection for that.
Kind of like a honeypot. Do you know what a honeypot is?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's a honeypot?
Well, honeypot is like a if I'm, it's like a spy, right? It's like a girl who wants something from a dude, but she's not really interested in him. Is that accurate?
Sure.
Kind
Sure.
of.
Sure. The Army.
Hey, Pledge, listen up. This goes for you too, buddy.
The Army is apparently warning their soldiers for whatever reason about sex honeypots ahead of Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
The Army Counterintelligence Command has shared a hilarious warning today on Instagram about sex and spies. Now, the Instagram post states in part 10 plus 5 equals honey trap. Basically, what they're saying is, dude, look at you. So if that's talking to you at the bar, she's a spy. She's not really into you, but she's willing to do whatever her country needs her to do to separate you from information.
Well, that's exactly right. If you're a sad sack and you know you're a sad sack and you know some hot chick is not going to come hit on you normally,
yeah,
and one does, you got to be careful.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
So when you're especially you're young in the military, they give you glasses in the military. They're called BC glasses. Birth control glasses, because ain't nobody getting laid if you're wearing those glasses out. So if that hot chick is talking to you and you're wearing your BC glasses, you know she's a spy. She's not really into you. She's just not.
No, she's not. She wants some info from you. So don't think you all of a sudden from this morning when you got dressed and you knew you were ugly in the mirror to thinking after a couple of beers you're now some stud. It ain't happening.
You think I'm an idiot?
Got another goal for Team USA. It's now 3-0. You know, it kind of reminds me of when we were at Super Bowl in Las Vegas. And I won't say who, not a part of our group, just a friend that we know. We were all going out, and this one guy wasn't showing up because some really hot chick was talking to him at the bar, and he really thought he had a chance. And if he would have parted away with several $100s, he would have had a chance, because then it turned out, hey, where you guys at? Turns out she was a hooker, so I'm out. Yeah, again, they're either a spy or a hooker.
Yeah, a spy or a hooker, and or a stripper, because they used to have
strippers just are going to separate you from your money, and when you run out of money, they're out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But in the meantime, they're like leading you on, thinking you're, dude. I know from experience.
Oh,
okay?
really?
Back
with hookers or spies?
Strippers.
Oh, strippers.
You go in, you're there, and you're thinking, "Whoa, this is great," and then grinding on you, and and all that.
Well, that's daddy.
Here's another hundy.
Here we go. And then all of a sudden,
TV boy money.
Then all of a sudden, that money runs out, and it's like, hey,
see ya,
dude.
On to the next.
Yeah, strippers are good actresses. I'll tell you that. Damn it.
I'm glad you finally figured it out when you turned 60.
Well, no, I figured it out a long time ago. That's for sure, because I ran out of money. Back in those days, I wasn't making a lot of money, so it was like, you're going and maxing out credit cards and stuff.
Wow, maxing out credit cards at the strip club.
Yes.
Wow,
dude, I'll never.
And this was 18 what?
Not 18. I'll never forget, I had a little credit card that I got in the mail. It had like an $800 limit on it.
Oh, boy.
Then about 2 hours later, that thing was declined.
Was this before or with wife number one or wife number two?
One.
Or before. Oh, well, this was back in
the day.
Yeah, in the Valley Forge days. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
over at Shotgun Willie's.
That $800 credit limit was.
That's still a hell of a night back then.
Wow, dude, it was great.
Yeah. Until it wasn't.
But
4-0. We got another one.
I thought
USA
I was
rolling Italy.
I thought I was in.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Never happened, huh?
The money ran out.
Blowing your trombone?
Uh-huh. Hey, by the way, congratulations, Nate Newton, Jamal Lewis, Travis Henry, Joe Klecko, and even the late, great Billy Cannon.
How about that?
Yeah, they've been pardoned by President Trump today.
How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Nate Newton.
Nate Newton. That time he did never happened.
Well, it did happen, but now it's off his record.
Now it's off his record.
I'm not sure it matters for old Nate.
It doesn't matter for Nate, except for, I don't know, I guess it does. What's crazy is the lady in charge of announcing pardons for President Trump, her Twitter handle is Alice Marie Free, because she frees everybody. in the tweet announcing that President Trump had pardoned all these people, special thanks to Jerry Jones for personally sharing the news with Nate Newton. I'm holding Nate's pardon in my hands today. What a blessed day. Grateful to @POTUS for his continued commitment to second chances.
How about that? Well, good for Nate Newton and all the rest of it. Travis Henry, huh? Wow.
Travis Henry.
Jamal Lewis.
Yeah. Jamal Lewis.
How about that?
And Jamal Lewis.
Joe Klecko. Remember Klecko?
Yeah.
He always looked like a crazy person. Didn't he?
He didn't look like a crazy person.
Holy cow, he did.
I mean, he that dude. Have you ever seen him in person? But I mean, he spent 3 months in jail for lying to a federal grand jury about a auto insurance fraud scheme. Nate Newton sentenced to 30 months in prison after he was arrested with 175 pounds of marijuana in his trunk. Jamal Lewis pleaded guilty in 2004 to using a cell phone to try to set up a drug deal. Spent 4 months in jail for that.
Wow.
Travis Henry, 3 years in prison for financing an interstate drug ring. And Billy Cannon, who's no longer with us, 5 years in prison in 1983 for taking part in a counterfeit money printing operation.
Now, I don't know, and maybe I'm naive here. What difference does it make for Billy Cannon whether he gets pardoned or not?
I mean, nothing. Well, any of these guys, it's not like, they now no longer have to check that they're a convicted felon on a job application. None of them work it.
Again, I don't think Billy Cannon's looking for a job.
Neither is Nate Newton. He's got a good job with the Cowboys.
Absolutely. We got a pretty good job because we get to go to the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd. That's where we are today. A lot of folks already starting their weekend here with us. You need to do the same. You can come and register because you have to if you want to win these tickets. You have to register in person to win Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets. We have that here. And then, you got to stick around and have some food and drink and all of that. It's lawful. It's against the law just to come in here, sign that, and leave. You can't do it. When we come back, Jason, the Big Ten has put out a proposition about a 24-team college football playoff. It's interesting. It's drawn a little bit of backlash from, obviously, the FCC, but I think it's a pretty good idea, except for one thing. We'll talk about it when we continue live from the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewing Company, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 60 feet of LED video walls and 80 craft beers and kombucha on tap. Novo is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours to serve you. If you haven't checked out the new Novo Brazil Brewing Company attached to North Star Mall, what are you waiting for? We're talking craft beers and kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens. This is San Antonio's newest sports watching destination. It's Novo Brazil Brewing Company's first Texas location and is conveniently attached to North Star Mall and open late hours to serve you. Fresh Novo Poke Nachos, Picanha Prime Sirloin, burgers, and more. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I've got an idea for a new bit we need to do.
Okay.
I'm not paying. Like you're at a restaurant.
Okay.
They screw your order up. Just sit there and say, I'm not paying.
What is that? Those are mashed potatoes, sir. I'm not paying.
Right. I'm not paying.
Maybe we should advise people, don't ever try to pull this on like a hooker or a drug dealer. The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back out here at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd. We're broadcasting live today out here. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We do have Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets we're giving away today, but you have to come into the Roo Pub and register in person. So if you don't do that, you can't win them. You got to get in here and register in person. And as soon as I said that, the lady in blue right here turned around and said, wait, what?
Yeah, Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets.
She did.
All you got to do is put your registration in the bucket.
Now she's ignoring me. Look at her.
I mean, you're used to that.
I am. That's like,
you're used to that. Now think about this. It is Valentine's weekend. And I'm going to assume most guys haven't bought anything yet. So, I mean, imagine. Like Steve over here. Well, it used to be, if I win, it's a happy Valentine's, honey.
There you go.
Let's go to a show and then cost you a dime.
I think it's a great idea, and it's a good way to get it done. If you haven't, just get down here to the Roo Pub and register for those tickets. You're going to be glad that you did, especially if you win.
That's a great idea, Jim.
Well,
no question about it.
Yeah, speaking of Valentine's weekend, because of something that happened yesterday with one of our colleagues at the radio station, she was going to the rodeo last night, was at the office, said, going to the rodeo tonight. She's like, yeah, how'd you know? I said, because I can tell by the way you're dressed. You look like you're going to the rodeo. And she went into this whole big thing about how she tried on 20-something outfits to figure it out, but she still wasn't sure what she was going to wear. So talking to her today, she changed outfits. Why? Her boyfriend didn't like what she was wearing.
Wow.
Had the stones to say, yeah, go change.
Dude, that takes big.
Well, and there's some serious consequences with a comment like that. So that leads to today's, that leads to today's poll question. Do you think women appreciate honesty on their wardrobe? Right now, 63% of you say no. You guys can go vote in our poll on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search out San Antonio Sports Star.
Absolutely, do that. And, again, get down here and register for those tickets. Post Malone and Jelly Roll. College football playoff, they want to change it, all right? The format is such as it is now, 12 teams. The Big Ten has put out a proposition, if you will, making it a 24-team playoff. And I'm not sure that this is going to fly, but I think reading it and trying to understand what they're trying to do, Jason, I think it's a good idea.
Well, I mean, the Big Ten has wanted to go 24. No changes this year because them and the SEC couldn't come to an agreement. What the Big Ten is circulating, according to ESPN's Pete Thamel, is the 24-team college playoff. That the big news there is the elimination of conference championship games, and it's a 23+1 selection model, an additional weekend of on-campus home playoff games. And when you read it, sure, it looks fine, but ultimately, how is this going to work and make sense? And this makes sense for the Big Ten, but the SEC has to sign off on it because the SEC likes having the conference championship game because of the money. It all comes back to the dollars. The conference championship games generate enough money for them to not want to go away from it. So can this new format replace those kinds of dollars? And with 24 teams, good Lord, to me, that's too many.
Well, look, it can replace that, and I think it's huge. Now, if it had been played here, according to this article, in 2025, there would have been 7 SEC teams, 6 Big Ten teams, 5 Big 12 teams, 3 ACC, 2 Group of 6, and then, of course, Notre Dame.
Well, of course, Notre Dame.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Here we go.
Why in the hell is Notre Dame included in everything?
I think Kyle Rudolph answered it last week perfectly for you. Because they're freaking Notre Dame.
I don't care who they are.
And they print money. And until somebody tells them they can't, why would they join a conference? And he's not wrong, but they need to force Notre Dame into a conference to participate in the playoff. And Kyle Rudolph brought up something that I don't know that I actually knew, although you Google, it's true. They've always had this exception. This isn't anything new because they've always been independent. So even going back to the BCS days, they had a similar kind of deal because they're Notre Dame and they're a draw and everybody's going to make money off of Notre Dame.
Are they a draw?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, at one time they were, but are they now? What have they done that's made them relevant?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they were
seriously
a playoff team a year ago and they're Notre Dame. They have a huge alumni base and they get that contract from NBC. They don't have to share money with anybody. I mean, if you're Notre Dame and you look at it, whether you like Notre Dame or not, you look at what Notre Dame has, why would you voluntarily give that up? You wouldn't. Nobody would. It's stupid, and I'm not a Notre Dame type, so I think they should change. But if I'm going to be objective and look at it from the Notre Dame perspective, I understand why they don't want to play ball like everybody else. They don't have to, and they make more money.
Well,
and it's all about the dollar.
And it's just, again, another, chink in the armor of college football.
Yep.
Because how is it fair that Notre Dame just automatically gets a spot no matter what, just because they're so-called Notre Dame?
Well, they still have to earn it.
Well, if they finish 12th, they get in.
Again, they've got to. So they're not guaranteed a spot if they have a 5-win, a 6-win, 7-win season.
I guarantee you, if they go to a 24-team playoff, Notre Dame's in there every year. I don't care where they finish. They're going to be in there because they're Notre Dame, and everybody's in love with this school for whatever reason.
Well, and their schedule says they're going to win a lot of games.
Well, they're going to win a lot of games because they play nobody.
Yeah.
They play absolutely nobody. And USC's even going away. So the toughest game on their schedule year after year is USC, and that's going away because USC doesn't want to play them because they're in an actual conference, and they have to play tough teams throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame's playing nobody.
Well, and again, I look at the idea, to me, 24 teams is I mean, I get it. I don't need 12 teams, 16 teams. I mean, do we really think whoever's 22, 24, do they have a real chance of winning a national championship? And to me, the answer is no. And quite frankly, in football, the group of schools, I don't like them being included in this. I wish the group of schools would have a different playoff bracket where they have a chance to win their own national championship. Now, I know there's a lot of people in college football, including the commissioner of the American, Tim Pernetti, who hates that idea because they think they can go compete at that level. I don't.
We saw this year they didn't.
Exactly. But again, because the money is so great. But could you imagine if there was a 12 or 16 team group of playoff and a team like a UTSA, or this year it was Tulane that got smoked by Ole Miss,
right?
They would have a chance to win a true national championship. Like high school football, you got 6A Division I and Division II, and it's based on enrollment. Your power conference championship in your other, and it's football. People will watch because it's football, and you could go sell it. I think if you're UTSA, do you want to get in, be the 24th ranked team and play whoever and get beat 48-14? But man, you were a playoff team and you get a check. It's like a money game in the playoffs as opposed to your money game in September. I don't like them being included in this. Give them their own bracket and let those teams compete for a national championship with like schools.
On that we agree, my friend. There's no doubt about it. That we agree. Look, I'm for more football, and if it would start earlier, it would start in December. They would play on Friday and Saturday night, or Friday and Saturday. And I just think, man, it would be fantastic to see that. There'd be more home games for some of these schools, and I just think it would be good for everybody, except the group of six or the group, whatever it is, the smaller, the UTSA types. It's not good for them, and I would like to see them have their own deal. But look, for an example, I mean, if you get a team that, I don't know, is on the outside looking in, Jason, and that's from a legit conference, you never know. They might have an opportunity.
I mean, a playoff run that long, to think a team outside of the top 10 could get hot. And, it's one thing to get a upset, but to get 2 or 3 or 4, I just don't see that. Not likely. Sure, you're getting more games. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have good games. I mean, we didn't have a bunch of great games in this playoff. And when I just don't know that it's more games and more money. That's what they want. It's not more competitive games. And that's what I'm afraid of.
But again, people are going to watch, and it fills a void where there's nothing. And they wouldn't be competing head-to-head with the NFL. And so to me, it's I like it. I'd like to see it happen, with the exception of what you said. And I agree totally with what you said. The smaller schools need to have their own, and I wish they would. Unfortunately, I haven't heard that talked about anywhere.
No. I mean, the commissioners don't. I mean, Pernetti was not at all like
he got mad at us.
Yeah,
remember?
And what do you mean we can't compete? We're going in there to win. Sure, you are. I mean, you're supposed to say that, I suppose, but in reality, we kind of knew what was going to happen, and it did. It did. The other part too is the dude from GoBowling.com when we had him on during bowl season. Floated that, and him like, no, because those commissioners, they want that big old check.
They do.
And again, it's follow the money.
That's what it's all about these days. Follow the money. Speaking of money, Maxx Crosby's back in the news.
Of course.
Is he going to be a Raider this year, or is he going to be traded? I saw a report, I think Pledge sent it to us, that the Philadelphia Eagles are extremely interested in trying to pry Maxx Crosby away from the Las Vegas Raiders. That would not be good news for the Dallas Cowboys or anybody else in the NFC East. We'll talk about it when we continue live from the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. It's where we are. Get on down here, register to win Post Malone Jelly Roll concert tickets coming up in May. You can only do it right here in person. That's how it's done. Come see us. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And, of course, this is the place to be this weekend, watching the NBA All-Star Game. And then, of course, next week when the regular season does resume. And you want to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money, you can do that on Underdog, the best place where you can make those picks and win money here in Texas. And I love playing on Underdog. You pick higher or lower on predicted stats. Get all of them right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. With Wemby, I'm always looking at blocks because it's Wemby, rebounds, points, same with Steph Castle. Last night, after all the negative talk about LeBron James, had a nice pick-em-entry with LeBron doing some good things. Of course, he had a triple-double, turns green, wins money. That's what you love to do on Underdog. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
So, Minix, is this the same game? It is, I guess, live.
Yeah.
So it's 6-0.
Yeah.
Team USA, the women's ice hockey, the quarterfinal round. They're killing Italy right now, 6-0. Second period.
And it really isn't that close. I think second period just ended, so they got one more period to play. At one point, it was 29-2 on shots on goal.
Well, the first period, Italy put up a fight for a little while, and then the door kind of opened up, and Team USA they went to town. And so it's up 6-0. So that's good. We saw the men yesterday win a game over Latvia.
Yep.
And so both teams doing well thus far. Hey, this is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're live today out at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd, and it's where you should be. We've got lots of folks out here already starting their long holiday weekend with us here at the Roo Pub. We also have Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets we're giving away, but the only way you have a chance to win is if you get here, you got to sign up in person.
Yeah, absolutely. So come see us here at the Roo, 281 Redland Road. So,
question for you before we get into that, because it was our last topic.
Okay,
talking about Notre Dame, and I hate the fact that they're there.
Here we go.
We've got on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, Corey says, "Easy, fellas. If Texas or A&M were in the same position as Notre Dame, there wouldn't be any complaining."
Well, see, it depends. As a Longhorn fan, if it were A&M, I'd be complaining, right?
No, you would be, because you know how wrong it is that Notre Dame is where they're at.
And I can say this because, 18 years on this afternoon show, consistent with I hated the Longhorn Network and the way Texas went about that.
Right.
And that would be something similar, Corey, to kind of what Notre Dame is doing. And, there's a lot of history of my thoughts on the Longhorn Network and the way UT went about it. That's about as similar of a comparison as I can quickly come up with to that. So, if A&M or Texas were in that boat and I grew up with that the way Notre Dame has, maybe I would look at it differently because I grew up in it. And again, I can understand. If I'm trying to be objective, while I don't like it,
I hear you.
I understand why Notre Dame doesn't want to change. And until they're forced to, why would you? Follow the money. But I wasn't a fan of the Longhorn Network and the way UT went about that and sending essentially A&M to the SEC. And then, of course, the Longhorn Network has gone away. And what happened? Texas is off to the SEC as well. So I'm kind of with you, Corey, but kind of not.
I just think Notre Dame would be perfect in the Big Ten. They would be absolutely perfect. It's such a natural fit for them to be in the Big Ten, although you're looking at all those West Coast schools that are in the Big Ten. That is not a natural fit, but still, I think Notre Dame would be perfect in the Big Ten.
But normally they're playing ACC,
yeah.
and they'd probably end up there with all their other sports.
Well,
and if they were to do that, they would be guaranteed 8, 9, 10, 11 wins a year. If they went to the Big Ten, life would be a lot tougher for those boys.
No doubt about it.
That is for sure. Maxx Crosby, and I, since this story has floated, I've cautiously said I'm not going to allow myself as a Cowboy fan to get excited about the idea of Maxx Crosby becoming a Dallas Cowboy. Story yesterday about, Pickens for Crosby straight up. And if the Raiders do decide to trade him and offer him up to everybody, doesn't do what Nico did with Luke and just negotiate with one team, there would be a lot of suitors that would probably be more than just a George Pickens for Maxx Crosby straight up.
Yeah.
Philadelphia apparently is very interested. And I think every team would be interested in Maxx Crosby. If you're not, you're high and probably should be fired. If you're a GM that says, he's got too many tattoos, I don't want him. Yeah, you're an idiot.
Exactly.
Right? Everybody would want to at least explore the idea of bringing in a Maxx Crosby, who went on the Let's Go podcast with Jim Gray and talked about all the rumors involving Maxx Crosby.
My focus has been on getting healthy because that's all I can control right now. That's all that matters to me, is being with my daughter and being with my wife and taking care of myself. People are going to have rumors. I just looked at my phone. I've been working all morning. I got another, everyone's hit me up. Did you say this? I can't control that. you earn that as a player. You know, if I wasn't doing the right things and if I wasn't the person and player I was, you know, people wouldn't be talking about all the nonsense. But that's what comes with it. If you have drama, if you have a losing season, they just try to throw gasoline on the fire and make, you know, things a certain way. And for me, I know what I'm about. I know what I represent. You know what I mean? I really don't care what everybody has to say. I used to a lot as a young guy. I really don't give a damn. People could have their own opinions. I know what's going on. I know my truth. And I don't need to sit here and keep, you know, rehashing it to people that don't know what's going on. So I don't even waste time with it.
Yeah.
It would be so hard to see a Maxx Crosby in a different uniform. I don't care whether it's Philadelphia or Dallas or whoever. It would be just weird. I mean, that guy just looks like, if you said, who do we want on the Las Vegas Raiders? Maxx Crosby would be the poster child.
It would be. and I'm with you. And that was a whole lot of saying nothing and people that don't know anything. Well, dude, you're on a podcast. You agreed to go on a podcast. Tell the people the answers that, you know, for all the rumors. Do you want to still be a Raider? I mean, listen carefully when Jim Gray followed up and said, well, Max, tell me what you want. But when you're listening, pay attention to what he doesn't say.
I have a lot of goals, but I do want to win. That's all that matters ultimately. But I want to be in a place that where mentally I'm 100% myself. I just want to focus on football. That's truly what I want. People that know me know I'm about the work and football. I just want to play football and be left the fuck alone, period. And if people that don't understand that, don't fucking know me. People can say whatever they want. I truly, and I've said this, like, well, you had to get on the show and talk about it. Yeah, that's my obligation. I have to do that. But truly, I don't give a fuck besides playing football and winning football games. I give my whole life to this sport every single day. I'm here every morning. My alarm goes off at 4:55. And I am driving 35 minutes across town in an empty, dark building, doing the same thing every single day, trying to help my team, trying to help myself. People can talk all they want. People go on Twitter. I don't even see half the shit. Like I said, half of it is news to me. I just care about playing football.
You love it.
I don't love football. I am obsessed. I've been playing tackle football since I could fucking walk. This is what I do. I've done it my whole life. I don't know anything else. I love my family. I love friends and doing a podcast from time to time. I could play.
Would this be one of those times?
This would be one of the times, and I love seeing you, Jim. I love playing football. That is my purpose, is my passion, is to be a light to the world and be exactly the player and person that I envisioned myself being as a kid. I'm living that dream right now. So people talk about drama and this and this and that. I don't want to have it. I don't want to deal with it, but that is the reality of my situation because I've earned it as a player. I've earned it as an all-pro and a Pro Bowler, but that's not why I play the game. I play because I am obsessed with it. I could play the game for zero, and I played it for 15, 20 years, not making $1. I lived in Ypsilanti on a damn mattress, and I drove across the country by myself, made it happen. I'm living my dream every single day. So, yes, I'm doing incredible, and I'm glad you asked that question. I appreciate it, Jim.
I'm glad you answered that question, Maxx Crosby, because what he didn't say is I'm happy as a Raider, and I'm going to be a Raider for life. He says he wants to play for a winner, and he wants to win, and he loves football, and he loves football, and he loves football, and he wants to win. He didn't say he wants to be a Las Vegas Raider forever.
He did not.
Stop all these trade talks. I don't want to go anywhere. He didn't say that.
No, you're right. He did not say that. And there were just a lot of F-bombs in there that I heard. But, look.
It sounded like a truck backing up.
I think he said it when he says, I want to play for a winner. And I don't think he thinks the Raiders are going to be a winner anytime soon. Now, I'm not sure why he thinks that. I think the Raiders are in a position where they could turn things around pretty quickly. But maybe Maxx Crosby wants to go and do that now and not be, and not win 4 games every year as a member of the Las Vegas Raiders. Philadelphia would be a perfect spot for him to do that if that's one. But, again, everybody would have interest in Maxx Crosby.
Now, again, part of the Cowboy connection is he went to high school in Fort Worth. He went to Colleyville Heritage High School there in the Fort Worth area. And so will he go there? Everybody went to college at Eastern Michigan. So when you look at all of it and you think about where he could go, and again, to say he wants to be a winner and come to Dallas, I realize, that's an oxymoron. But, at the same time, he didn't say, I want to be a Raider. You go back and so much has been made during Super Bowl week about DeMarcus Lawrence saying, I know I'm not going to win a Super Bowl in Dallas.
Yep.
D-Law didn't say anything like that until the Cowboys let him go. Up until then, that dude was a Cowboy for life. He was part of the Hot Boys, remember? And he loved being in Dallas.
Yeah.
Then he was angry because, they let him go. And he signs with Seattle. And he won a Super Bowl, and I'm happy for him. But up until he was let go from Dallas, he didn't have a negative thing to say about being a Cowboy. He didn't say, hey, I want out because we can't win here. I want to go somewhere I can win. He wanted to stay. And I'm happy as hell that D-Law was able to go win a Super Bowl. For Maxx Crosby, I didn't hear him say, when he talks about all these rumors and all the BS and all the bleeps that you heard, I want to be a Raider. I don't want to get traded. He could have ended all of that talk real quick by saying, dude, I ain't going anywhere. And I don't want to go anywhere. He didn't say that.
No, he didn't. And that's saying a lot without saying anything. It certainly is. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. And we were talking about a George Pickens, Maxx Crosby deal. How about an A.J. Brown, Maxx Crosby deal if you're talking about Philadelphia? And I know nobody in the NFC East wants to see that happen unless you're Philadelphia. But any of these things are possible because, again, think about the Raiders. And we talked about it just a few minutes ago. I don't think they're that far away. And you had an A.J. Brown or George Pickens and a Mendoza as your quarterback, all of a sudden that offense is slinging. You still got Brock Bowers. You still got a running back. And I think I just don't see them being that far away. And you add a piece like that, an explosive piece, I think they're going to be in the mix.
It is interesting because you look at the AFC West with the Chargers and, I don't know, the Kansas City Chiefs, and you wonder, okay, how far away are they? And that's assuming that Fernando Mendoza can come right into the NFL and play at a high level, and that Kubiak can have first-year head coaching success like we've seen some of the others. But it's not just Dallas and Philadelphia. Detroit could certainly be a player. And could you imagine if he ended up in Detroit with Aiden Hutchinson on the other side? My
goodness.
You've heard the Bills. You've heard the 49ers. Hell, I mean, even Seattle or Washington.
The Patriots, I heard, too.
But knowing Dallas's need, and they've got the ability to free up the money, I do think that moves the needle a little bit more for the Dallas Cowboys. If Jerry Jones wants this to happen, Jerry has got the flexibility with the cap and some tradable pieces, depending on what the Raiders want in return, to make it happen.
I would assume the Raiders are going to be interested in draft capital. Cowboys have that.
Yep.
And so maybe that is a deal. And boy, I tell you what, it would fill the void left by Micah Parsons for sure. But I think you're getting a player that's a little more all-around player. I'm not saying he's better than Micah Parsons. I think he's certainly right there with him. But I think Maxx Crosby is not only a pass rusher, he's a run stopper. And he's more that Micah Parsons isn't. So I think certainly I won't say upgrade, but certainly you're right back in the mix, exactly where you were. And then what you've added on that defensive line already, you add a Maxx Crosby to that list. Cowboys will be a very difficult team up front for sure for anybody. So see where Maxx Crosby ends up. But I think you tell Tom Brady, I'm sick of this bleep. Tom Brady may say, well, screw you then, buddy. Get out.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I don't know, because according to the reports, he told Tommy it's Super Bowl.
He's done.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. We're not done. We're
No.
just getting started here at the
Halfway
Roo
there.
Pub. 281 in Redland Road is where we are, and we got Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets we are giving away, but you have to come down to the Roo Pub. Register in person. It's the only way you can win those tickets. We got koozies out here that our new promotions director got for us, along with pins and a bottle opener
that goes on your keychain. It's
goes
a
on your
keychain
keychain.
bottle opener.
Yeah.
It's got a fancy title like a wrench or something.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And it's all here at your disposal. You just pick it up as you go. That new promotions director, he's moving the needle.
I mean, he's doing something. Now, you got to go through Caden to get it.
He's a soft touch over here, this guy. Come on.
He's guarding that stuff like Will Johnson in the Super Bowl. It's yours if you want it.
No doubt, no doubt. We are at the Roo Pub. Come on down and see us. We'd love to see you and say hello as well. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? I know it's Valentine's Day. I get that. So take care of the significant other on Saturday. And then I'll tell you, you're going to go play golf on Sunday. Perfect time to do that and head out to the Golf Club of Texas, because I tell you what, it is a great place to go play golf for a number of reasons. First, it's a great golf course. It's a lot of fun to play. There is a challenge, but it's a fair golf course. And, well, you can go out there, and if you're hitting the ball well, you can tear it up. If you're not, well, it's going to make you pay. So it's one of those that is just fantastic. And all the upgrades they've done to that golf course are just fantastic. Resodded all over the place. They got brand new cart paths all over the place. Xeriscape areas that just add beauty to what is an already beautiful piece of property. The Golf Club of Texas, it looks like a private club. It's not, though. Open 7 days a week, and it's great. So if you can't play on the weekend, you'd rather play on a Tuesday. You can do that. Play on a Monday. You can do that. Doesn't make any difference when you want to play. The Golf Club of Texas is there for you. And when you go, you need to go hungry, because the Tin Cup Bar and Grill is a perfect place to grab lunch before the round or after the round. The food's great. They've got all kinds of beer selections out there for you, and they can make you any kind of cocktail. They do have a full bar at the Tin Cup Bar and Grill as well. So whatever you want, they can take care of it for you. Great place to be. Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. Right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament? Yep, the Golf Club of Texas. You got to check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
It's impossible to have a bad day when you started with Chick-fil-A. Hi, I'm Miles. And this is Grant. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is how that fluffy, crispy goodness wakes us up in the morning. The chicken is crispy, the biscuit is soft, it's iconic. Throw some jelly on it, you can throw some honey on it. It helps me kick off the day. The hash browns are great. And I really like the shape of them too. Little circles of crispy goodness. Yeah, those early morning chicken biscuits are just great, man.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
There's a 3-year-old girl named Audrey who has already pretty much got the vocal chops to be a metal singer.
I'm gonna sing right now.
Wow. Do you like metal, JD?
I do, actually. I like Metallica. My car's made of it.
Let's get some metal.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to Free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. And people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in Austin.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys rookie guard Tyler Booker has been named to the Pro Football Writers Association's all-rookie team. He becomes the first Cowboy to earn a spot on that roster since 2022. That's when his fellow offensive lineman Tyler Smith was named to that team. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says the Cowboys are going to franchise tag wide receiver George Pickens and could be willing to trade him away for a second-round pick.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we are live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. And all that's missing out here is you. You need to get on out here and see us today. And there's plenty of reason to do that. We're registering folks for the Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets coming up in May. And if you just want to take a shot at that, you really should, because if you've checked out the prices for that particular concert, Jason Minix, they're high. They're expensive.
And free is far better.
Much better.
And it's Valentine's, so you could get the knowledge and say, hey, honey, guess what we're doing? Here's your Valentine's present.
Yeah.
It didn't cost you anything.
But she doesn't have to know that.
She doesn't have. Well, it doesn't matter. She's going to a show.
Right.
Right?
I wouldn't tell her that. I said, honey, then she'd get mad at you for spending all that money.
Well, I mean, not on Valentine's, because you're not going to get in trouble. Now where you will get in trouble. See, what our poll question today on our YouTube page, and again, there's a short story behind today's poll question, and because it is Valentine's weekend, it actually does make even more sense, especially this weekend, because if you're going out tomorrow night, she's going to get all dolled up and all that kind of stuff, and she's going to ask you, do I look good in this? And your answer is?
Absolutely, honey. Fabulous.
So yesterday, one of our colleagues was at work, and I asked her, you going to the rodeo tonight? Well, yeah. How'd you know? Because you look like you're going to the rodeo. and she said that she had tried on like 20 outfits. She was saying that in the office with me and Joe, like, getting ready for big date night at the opening night of the rodeo. And so talking to her today, did you, because she was a little like, I might change. Why change? You look fine. Her boyfriend said, you can't wear that. Don't like it.
Wow. Yeah, I would like to know. I need a little more to that story. Why? Was it the boots? Was it maybe the skirt? Maybe the skirt was too short and he didn't want to, her going off, showing off,
Any guy ever say that's too short?
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, look, and it wasn't. It wasn't.
No, it
right?
wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was
right?
not.
I mean, it was very work appropriate. It's just a little odd. Ryan Eagle, when she said, he said change, you said dump his ass.
That's what I said. You got to dump that dude, man. You can't say that kind of crap.
All right. But she said, well, I appreciated the honesty. And I'm like, dude, you're honesty is great, but there are some consequences to your honesty, right?
Got to be prepared for the consequences.
So do women appreciate honesty in their wardrobe if you're commenting on it. If they say, do I look good in this? Do I look fat in this? Right now, right now on our poll, 60% say no. They don't appreciate the honesty. 40% don't understand the question, obviously.
They don't appreciate the honesty. They want to be told that they look spectacular.
Yes.
And look, unless they're wearing something that they're going to embarrass themselves.
Or you.
Or, well, I'll leave me out of it. I'm just saying that. But look, I mean, if they're wearing something that's dumb, you kind of got to, but you got to say it in a way where it doesn't sound like they look like they're wearing something dumb.
There's blunt, there's tactful, I mean, if it's bad, you got to be honest. But if it's, especially if I knew that my wife had tried on 20 outfits and settled on that one.
Yeah.
Yes, dear, that's great.
Fantastic.
Right? I mean, dude, like, you go 21 because that one ain't going to work.
Well, because then, I mean, maybe she tries on 20 more outfits.
Good Lord.
And then you're screwed, and then you're late for the show, and it's like, what are you going to do? So, no, there are tactful ways to handle this, and you just got to, honey, you look fantastic, but, I love that blue outfit you have in there.
See?
There are ways to do it.
There are ways to do it. But
if some cheese ball is going to say, hey, no, I don't like that change.
Yeah, you've tried on 20, you settled on one, you wore it all day. Do you like this before we go? No, you need to go change.
Yeah.
Oh, man, hope you enjoy the couch.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, again, there are consequences, guys, and it is Valentine's weekend.
I think most guys that are listening understand that.
Well, clearly not.
Well, that guy doesn't. I've never met that dude.
I mean, it's...
But Lauren's one of the nicest people you ever meet.
Exactly. We weren't going to name her, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Jane is not one of the nicest people you ever meet.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, it's funny, though. She went to the rodeo last night. I went to the rodeo last night. Love the rodeo, Jason. Concert, not so much.
So you were all hyped to go see Russell Dickerson.
I was.
And Russell Dickerson disappointed.
Well, he did. And okay. I don't know. My wife, I think she thinks he's hot and she likes his voice. And so she probably was okay with it. And as probably were most of the women in the attendance. But I didn't like it because, those concerts, I guess you call them concerts, performances, whatever they are at the rodeo, are shortened. They last about an hour.
Yeah.
Right, because they didn't get started till like 9:30.
Okay.
By the time they get the stage out there and all that stuff. So
bedtime.
Well, yeah, it was getting late. But I was having a good time. I was fine. But about the first 5 songs, Jason, were like, I don't know these songs at all.
Okay, so he didn't play hits to start the show.
No, now he closed out the show. The last 30 minutes was pretty much all hits, and that was fun.
Okay.
But by that time, I'm not kidding, I'm looking around the arena there, and there were a hell of a lot of empty seats.
Well, it's a school night. It's a work night. People got to go, and if you're not into it, you're not into it. I mean, it sucks, and I'm with you. Now, it tells me that Russell Dickerson doesn't have enough in his catalog, enough hits in his catalog to play an hour of nothing but hits. Like I imagine Pat Green on Sunday, everything he plays, you're going to be able to sing along to it. It's going to be nothing but hits. Russell's not there yet, but you at least start the show with one of your big songs.
Sure.
Everybody going. Then you say, here's a new one. So you can go get a beer or go to the bathroom. But if you're sitting there for 30 minutes going, well, I don't know this one.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. And I know you're getting all fidgety and then you're angry.
And I'm sitting down, right? And Maggie's up dancing and, she's doing her thing, but I couldn't do that. So, look, I don't know. I mean, the music was good. The guy's good. He's got a good band and they're doing all that. But I mean, if I'm going to a show, I want to be able to sing. Or at least, have some fun and know the songs.
Yeah, well, I've been to shows where you've been mad at the band for singing the wrong song when you were the one singing the wrong song. I mean, it's not like you know the words anyway.
At least I recognized the song.
Okay.
So I knew what song they were playing.
But you were singing the wrong one and they got mad at the band.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not convinced that I was. I mean, you're saying that, but I don't think that I think I was pretty spot on.
You were spot on with the wrong song.
I think it was that that Journey singer. It was his fault.
Who's at the rodeo tonight, you know?
Don't know.
I forgot.
Don't know who's at the rodeo tonight. It's not Robert O'Keefe, is it? I don't think so.
No, I think that's next week.
I don't know.
No, Pat Green is on Sunday afternoon.
Hank Williams Jr.
Hank
Williams Jr.
Yeah, you know what? He'll be drunk, and he'll probably be a lot of fun.
Well, he probably will be. And again, you weren't drunk enough last night to enjoy Russell. What's his name?
Russell Dickerson.
Yeah, you weren't drunk enough to enjoy that.
He was. He thinks he's Hulk Hogan.
What do you mean he thinks he's Hulk?
Well, he's got a thing on his when they're on stage, and it's on the drum. You know how they have what's this? WrestleMania. WrestleMania.
Glad it didn't say Dickerson Mania.
It was WrestleMania, and when he said that, he'd do the Hulk Hogan thing. You know,
did he rip off his shirt?
Well, eventually.
Oh,
he didn't rip it off.
Oh,
but he left, or he walked down the stage, and then came back, and he had a wife beater on.
Oh, so his whole wardrobe change was just.
Well, he just took his shirt off, and I guess he had a wife beater on underneath. And what?
All the girls go nuts?
Well, I'm sure they did. I mean, the guy.
Well, you were there.
Well, the guy. I didn't hear anybody feigning or anything. But I mean, the guy obviously works out. I mean, he was toned up.
I'll take my chances with a dude.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. I don't know. He's.
So you were very excited, and now you're not a fan.
No, I'm still a fan. I mean, I'll listen to him because I can play what I want to. I don't have to be
outside of Blue Tacoma. What are you going to do?
I can. Well, there's a lot of them.
Well, apparently there's not an hour's worth.
No, but there's enough to sprinkle in.
Well, imagine if he's doing an hour and a half, hour 45. I mean, his full show. Like he comes back around, say he's playing at Frost or Floor's Country Store, something like that. You going to go see him?
I might, because Maggie would probably want to do that.
So give him a second chance.
Well, I would.
You would give.
Did I just mention that Maggie would want to do it?
I'd rather see Don Harris shirtless.
Oh my gosh! You got to. It's funny when you're at work and you got to watch what you say because Pledge turns it into a drop
every time.
Every single time. Oh, my goodness. Well, I tell you what, turn this into a drop. We're live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. That's where we are this afternoon. Of course, getting you ready for NBA All-Star Weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it all starts tonight. 3 Spurs participating tonight. Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, and Carter Bryant all will be in action at All-Star Weekend in L.A. tonight. And you can watch it all right here at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets we're giving away, but you have to come down here and register in person if you want a chance to win those tickets. Speaking of All-Star Weekend, we're talking about that when we continue live from the Roo Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Friday. You have your weekend plans, whether it's the rodeo, Valentine's specials. Nobody is planning on getting arrested, but if it does happen to you, because it happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons, to get out of jail fast, you need to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. A lot of reasons for that. And you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7, offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. Up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds 210-225-2121 or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's San Antonio's newest sports watching destination, Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Craft beers, kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens conveniently attached to North Star Mall, open late. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to novobrew.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-484-5131 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-484-5131. That's 800-484-5131. What do you have to lose? Call 800-484-5131. Again, 800-484-5131.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-7098. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-7098. That's 800-575-7098. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle after a long weekend. The boys are back in the saddle. We got plenty of Olympic hockey to talk, Rob.
Oh, All-Star weekend came and gone. We've got more Spurs coming forward. Hey, you got an assignment. You can sleep in on Monday, but we will see you again on Tuesday. Set the alarm. We'll see you at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.
Live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd. That's where we are until 6. That's when the show ends. Doesn't mean we're going to leave at that point in time, but that's when the show ends. But you need to get on down here because a little before 6, we're going to be giving away tickets to go see Post Malone and Jelly Roll in May. And the only way you can win them is if you come down here live and register. Nothing over the phone, nothing on YouTube. You got to be here in person, register to win here at the Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road. I'm Joe Reinigle. He's Jason Minnick.
And obviously, I mean, it's All-Star Weekend in the NBA, and no better place to come watch all the festivities from L.A. than here at the Roo Pub. The Rising Stars Challenge tonight, All-Star Saturday night tomorrow, and then, of course, the game on a Sunday, which is this new format. I'm kind of curious just to see how the format is going to be, and I'm also curious, Joe, with the talk about the competitive nature of All-Star games. Kevin Durant firing back at some of the international types. Wemby saying, I'm just going to come to play and win. I am curious if some of that talk will change what we have become used to seeing on All-Star Weekend, which is no defense and not competitive until money is on the line.
Well, true. And fourth quarter is usually when it gets a little more serious. Typically, I am curious though too, Jason, to see what this new format is like, and will it improve the viewer experience? So yeah, I will give it a shot, and I want to see what it looks like and all of that. And what good news is that I mean tonight you got 3 Spurs participating, 3 of the youngest Spurs participating in the Rising Stars Challenge. You got Carter Bryant tomorrow in the slam dunk contest, and so I tell you what, this whole weekend really is very Spursful.
Spursful. I mean, let's make up words because it makes sense. It is a very Spur heavy, not only for us Spurs fans to watch here in San Antonio, but because the Spurs are playing such good basketball, surprisingly good.
Yeah.
None of us.
Yeah.
None of us thought the Spurs would be battling for the 1 seed at the All-Star break. I mean, goal this season was postseason play, and it was debate would that be actual playoff team or play-in team. So the fact that they have a chance at the 1 seed as we hit the All-Star break is incredible, and they are really the talk of the NBA. I mean, the fact that Kendrick Perkins on ESPN talking about how the Spurs could push OKC for that top overall seed.
To keep trending the way that they're trending, and that's trying to go win the championship. Let me say this. The San Antonio Spurs are legit title contenders. Legit title contenders. They have a young man by the name of Victor Wembanyama who could be the best player against any other matchup in the league in a 7-game series. They have perimeter defense when you talk about Stephon Castle, a veteran like Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox, a guy that you could go to in the fourth quarter that showed that he could be clutch, that went toe-to-toe with Steph Curry. I expect this team to continue to trend in that direction, and I also expect this team to possibly go and get the number 1 spot in the Western Conference, because the only knock that you could have on the Spurs is them not having enough experience, and the only way to cover that and cover for that is have as many playoff games as you possibly can in your home court.
You know, he's right about that, and I think the inexperience may jump up and bite him in the playoffs. The change in physicalness, although Wemby the other night held his own against Draymond Green. But I think what he's right about, and you won a lot of games on your home court, but I just think getting into the playoffs, if the Spurs don't make the run all the way to the finals, to have that playoff experience is going to do them, I think, more good than anything as they move forward with this basketball team.
You look at a team that's ahead of schedule. And even this year, and I appreciate what Kendrick Perkins is saying, I don't know that they win a title this year. I don't. You got to have those playoff experiences. Then again, New England, ahead of schedule, made it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I look over in the East, and there's some talent over there, but if you can get through the West, I don't think if the Spurs are able to get to the finals, what happened to them won't happen to New England, because I think the West is just overall tougher. But again, I just love that the Spurs are a part of the national conversation. Chris Webber on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, don't sleep on those San Antonio Spurs.
When Fox went there last year, I just laughed and talked to Popovich, and, we love you, Pop. But if you remember their team, with the great Tim Duncan and David Robinson, they had height, but what did they have? They had Tony Parker. Why was he special? In a time with Shaquille O'Neal, this guy was at the top of points in the paint because of pick and roll and that little hook shot he had. So he put defenses in a terrible situation because he got in the paint and could pass out the shooters like Ginobili and others, right? That's all Fox and these guys are going to do. And I just watched them get better and better and better. And I think they're going to surprise some people with the potential that they have coming together earlier than people thought.
Absolutely right. And I'm happy that people are paying attention. De'Aaron Fox the other night was the catalyst for that win at Golden State. Wemby's going to be Wemby, you know that. But every night you're going to have one or two other guys contribute and step up big time along with Wemby. And it's De'Aaron Fox the other night. Is Steph Castle the night before or a couple of nights before. And so they're getting that. And that's what's encouraging about this team is that they do have other pieces around Wemby. Again, Wemby's going to do Wemby things. I mean, nobody's really worried about that. But he still can't do it all by himself, and he needs these other guys to contribute as well.
You know, and that's the, I think, beautiful thing about what Mitch Johnson has this Spurs team doing is night in and night out, it's not the same dudes, right? Keldon Johnson off the bench has been extremely consistent. Yes. But it's Wemby and the other night it was De'Aaron Fox. Some nights it's a Steph Castle. You know, Devin Vassell. The one thing that they lack is that consistent three-point shooting. When Champagne is on, man, it's great. Yeah. When he's off, somebody else has to get there, which is why I still expect them with that open roster spot freed up by Jeremy Sogan. I do like the idea that, you know, can they bring in a shooter that can just be that better and consistent guy? I'm curious to see who fills that roster spot.
Going to be interesting to see that. You're exactly right. And I would love to see this team make that trek all the way to the NBA Finals. Because I'm with you. Look, the Western Conference Finals, whoever is in there, if that's the Spurs in Oklahoma City, the Spurs and whomever, you win that, you pretty much got you're Seattle going in against New England. I mean, you really are. And I think that if the Spurs were somehow fortunate enough to make it that far, you'd have to love their odds against anybody in the East.
Well, and again, you look at Detroit's really, really good.
Well, absolutely.
And you got Boston, the Knicks, you know, the Cavaliers. Outside of that, I don't know that anybody else in the East is going to end up in the NBA Finals. And nobody's talking about Denver nationally right now. And that's the one team that maybe scares me more than Oklahoma City is when Denver gets fully healthy, how tough are they going to be an out? Now, the way the standings are right now, the good news is, you know, the Spurs wouldn't have to play those guys until at least the Western Conference Finals if things stay kind of where they are now. There'll be some fluidity down the stretch. Somebody will have a 3 or 4 game losing streak. But, you know, right now, you know, with the Spurs have a 3.5 game lead on at Denver, a 4.5 game lead on the Houston Rockets. I mean, at this point, it would be surprising and disappointing if the Spurs did not end the season in the top 4.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think it would take a major collapse for them to fall out and do that. And I just don't see any scenario where that's happening. The Spurs will be around. They'll be a top seed when the playoffs start. Just got to stay healthy. I mean, that's the thing. And I say that as I knock on wood, but I mean, that's the key to not only the Spurs, but to anybody. And so if you stay healthy, if this team stays healthy and they continue playing the way that they are, they're going to be a tough out for anybody. And it's going to be fun to watch. And it is exciting again to realize that we are going to be a part of the postseason.
Yeah.
Not the play-in, but the postseason. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm so happy that San Antonio is back where it belongs, and that is among the elite in the NBA.
Yeah, we're not talking about tanking in San Antonio anymore. Thank God. But the teams that are getting fined. Will Hardy, after the $500,000 fine leveled against the Utah Jazz.
The league fined you guys right before the game. Do you have any thoughts on that fine?
No.
Moving forward, their approach to fining you, will that have any effect on who you choose to play?
What do you mean their approach to fining us?
So if they continue to fine you for, say, sitting Lowry in the fourth quarter, would you avoid doing that moving forward?
I sat Lowry because he was on a minutes restriction. So if our medical team puts a minutes restriction on Lowry, I'll try to keep Lowry healthy.
Well, that's good, Will, because those minutes restrictions don't have to mean the entire fourth quarter. You can kind of manage things leading up to that fourth quarter. Will Hardy's a great guy, but I don't buy that explanation. He was on a minutes restriction, so no, I'm not buying that.
Well, neither is Adam Silver. They wouldn't have been fined $500,000. The Pacers got fined, but still no resolution of that investigation in Oklahoma City when they set everybody against the Spurs.
And I don't get it. Why? I mean, that seems just as egregious as what. Now, look, Oklahoma City's not tanking. But that seems just as egregious as what Utah is doing and just as obvious. And I've got a theory on that. I think the Spurs match up really well with Oklahoma City. I don't think Oklahoma City wanted to go full strength against the Spurs and lose again. You lose again with the squad you had. We didn't play anybody, so it's not a big deal. You lose against a full squad, then you've got it starts to creep in your mind.
And they were already going to be without SGA. And you're right, they're not tanking. But on national TV, you do expect some sort of fine to come, especially if you've seen now the Pacers and the Utah Jazz get fined. Circumstances are a little bit different, but that was BS. And we know the NBA, because they want to protect where the golden goose, if you will, the money. Peacock couldn't have been happy. You get a matchup like that, you promote it like hell, and it gets turned into an exhibition game.
Well, fortunately for Peacock, or for NBC in this case, it was a pretty competitive game.
Yeah.
I think the Spurs ended up winning that game by 10, but it was close pretty much throughout. So I don't know what you do with that. I think it's another case of the Spurs playing down to the competition at that point in time, human nature. And I'm glad they didn't do that against the Lakers the other night, who were without a bunch of their stars. So, and again, which is another learning experience, I think, for those guys, Jason. It's you got to learn that you got to bring it night in and night out.
Kind of like the United States women's hockey team. They brought it today. It's over. Shutout win, 6-0. The Team USA women's hockey team shuts out Italy.
How about that? Well, that's good news for them. The men did the same thing yesterday to Latvia, winning 5-1. So a pretty good
America hockey domination.
Pretty good. That's true.
We're a hockey country now.
Boy, I tell you what, that girl there looks mean.
Well, she'll kick your ass.
I'm sure she would. I have no doubt.
She would kick your ass.
No doubt in my mind she will. Lots happening, even though it's the off season. Super Bowl's over. Lots happening in the NFL. We got a lot to talk about there. We'll do that. We are live at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Come on down and see us here because, well, it's a place to be, and you can win Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets. Don't forget about that. Plus, you can have some good food and some nice drinks as well. Get on down here. 281 and Redland Road, the Roo Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Go see Sam if you need any uniform needs taken care of. He's got over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries, construction, medical, restaurant, schools, leagues, you name it. Sam's got a uniform for you. Get your logo where it needs to go. You need that logo on caps. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, just waiting for your logo. All the popular cap brands, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike Cap America, Katie Caps, just to name a few. If you need your shirt, your logo on any kind of shirt, whether it's a golf shirt, dress shirt, fishing shirt, go see Sam. North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Under Armour, Port Authority, even carries Tommy Bahama now. And the Tommy Bahama, great pricing on that, and that price does include your logo. You need T-shirts screen printed. Sam will get you taken care of. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. You need one, a dozen, 10,000, more, less, doesn't matter. Go see Sam. Only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900. 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom. It's down on San Pedro, about a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or go to his website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
George Gets Justice. You've heard the national lawyer ads. Same story, different name. But when you've been through something traumatic in San Antonio, you need a local team who fights for real results. That's why so many get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George is from here, listens to people, and fights to help them get their maximum compensation. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-269-3394. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-269-3394. 800-269-3394. 800-269-3394.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Things are hopping here at the Roo Pub. 281 in Redland Road, that's where we are. and it's where you should be. Get on down here. Start your weekend with us here at the Roo Pub. No better place to do that. And, of course, NBA All-Star Weekend underway tonight. I'm Joe Ryan-Eagle. He is Jason Minix. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Come hang out with us here at the Roo. Register to win Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets. We will give them away in about an hour and 10 minutes or so.
Yes.
Just before 6 o'clock. Got to come here and get yourself registered to win Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets for their big show in Waco in May.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great show. I tell you what, I'd like to go see that thing. It's going to be a great show.
Well, you've seen more of Jelly Roll than most of us.
Well, this is true, but hell, he doesn't have that much anymore. So dude's lost a lot of weight. I saw pre-skinny Jelly Roll.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, saw him in
his
the
belly's
bathroom.
not as big, but you can't confirm or deny any other parts.
I can't, and I didn't see any of that. Just kind of passed the man as he was walking to the bathroom. I was walking out. I turned around and said, "Holy, that's Jelly Roll."
I don't want a big long thing down there.
And his bodyguard was standing there, and I said, "Hey, dude, do you mind if I wait?" And he said, "Yeah, no, you're fine."
It's all good.
Shook his hand.
All good.
The only thing, since I've washed mine, but I mean, I don't know if he washed his.
Well, either way.
Well, I'm just saying, back then, I mean, he may have had to pull that thing out.
Well,
kind of dig around the.
I mean, most of us, when we're using the restroom, have to pull it out.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, otherwise it's running down your leg and all over your jeans.
Some of us may have to pull a little extra
careful.
hard.
You understand. I did see Jelly Roll at the bar. You saw more of them. We can leave it at
We'll leave it at that. It was kind of a thrill, though. I won't lie to you. See Jelly Roll. I mean,
you were excited.
It's a big star.
You were excited.
I was.
Yeah.
Big star.
Big star.
Not everybody can
Not
say
everything was big, but big
shared
star.
Shared a restroom with Jelly Roll.
Absolutely. I mean, and now Post Malone and Jelly Roll in Waco, Texas. Go up there, go to the show, go get a gut pack at Vitex Barbecue up there.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. After the show, get over to George's Bar and get a big O.
George's Bar is solid.
Yeah.
I've never been to Vitex, but George's Bar is solid.
Yeah.
No doubt.
The gut pack at Vitex is phenomenal.
All right.
Although you're going to need a nap afterwards. That might not be the best pregame meal for a variety of reasons. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Either the next day, because if you're going to Waco for a show, you're probably going to get a room and not drive back to San Antonio.
Well, I would think so too. But that thing's on. It's on a Sunday.
Yep.
So it depends. It's just make plans.
You can take a koozie.
Yeah, take
a
one.
koozie. Yeah. You like how people walk by and they try to grab one like they're stealing it, like they're not. They're there for the taking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take them. Do we have more?
Yeah.
We got more.
We
can restock. How about that?
Exactly.
Speaking
so we don't
of
have a promotions director that's hoarding them like, here's 4 for your event.
Yeah. Speaking of restocking. Looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 4:43. Your head hasn't really exploded yet today.
But it depends on who you ask.
Well, you bitch about all kinds of things.
Oh, okay.
But head explosion report. Aaron Rodgers likely to play for the Steelers in 2026.
Boom. Hey, look, if you listen to the show at any point in time, you know I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. Really? I'd like to see that guy go away. I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all have a problem? Anybody say, if you're on a San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, write your comments down there. I want to know, are you sick of Aaron Rodgers, or do you want to see him play again? I mean, it's kind of the same. I totally agree with that. If you want to call in and let us know, I'd like to hear from you. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. I want to know, are you sick of Aaron Rodgers, or do you really care and you'd like to have him back? Let me know. I just want to know what the people think. You know what I think? I don't want him back, but what do y'all think?
You know, what I really want to hear from are Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Well, there aren't any.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of them in this town. And again, you look at what they throw for 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions last year in an offense that was awful? Was it because of Aaron Rodgers or just what was around him? How much is left in the gas tank? But also the fact that he would be reunited with Mike McCarthy there in Pittsburgh. And I do wonder if Aaron Rodgers wants to come back and play because he still loves the game, or his ego is too big for him to go out in a season in which he doesn't make the playoffs.
That dude looked like the crypt keeper in the playoffs.
He did.
I mean, he did. He looked like he was just old and decrepit, and it just didn't turn out good for him. And again, I'm of the opinion that legends like Aaron Rodgers, great players, I wish they would know when to throw in the towel. It was the same with the Tiger Woods or now a LeBron James. And I know everybody, he had a great game last night. Well, that's good. That's one. I'm just saying, I want to remember these guys the way they were, not the way they are now.
Well, and again, though, every athlete knowing when to walk away or play until they won't let you come back. If they're willing to pay them to come back. But it would be interesting to see with Mike McCarthy what kind of offense, because the brain is still there. But, man, he had a bad offensive line. And when you look at, they're a field goal away from being a playoff team, right? Or actually, they were a playoff team. They just were awful in the playoffs.
Yes.
I just wonder if that's how he wants to go out. Mike McCarthy, I wonder if Tomlin were still there. Now, by all accounts, he went there to go play with Mike Tomlin, and they had a great relationship.
Yeah.
The fact that they bring in Mike McCarthy. But if you're Pittsburgh, do you have a better option at quarterback than Aaron Rodgers? Do you let Mike McCarthy go find somebody, draft them, let them sit for a year behind Aaron Rodgers? Because by all accounts, Aaron had that role with
Jordan Love.
Well, Jordan Love, but also in New York with Zach Wilson, right? Who, wasn't a bad mentor for him, and so maybe he'll do that for a young quarterback that they can draft, because otherwise Pittsburgh doesn't really have a good option as we sit today.
Well, they did. They drafted Will Howard. And he sat behind Rodgers last year. Do you want him to sit another year behind an Aaron Rodgers?
What does Mike McCarthy think of Will Howard?
It's a good question.
I mean, new offensive staff. Is Will Howard in their plans? That becomes the question. So to see a report like this doesn't surprise me. And it's Aaron Rodgers, and it wouldn't be an offseason if there wasn't what is Aaron going to do?
Eventually, we won't have to deal with that anymore. But unfortunately, we're going to have to. Is Rodgers in his hole right now? Is this the time of year where he's in his solitude, smoking grass and whatever else he's doing?
He might be visiting the pyramid somewhere. He hasn't announced that he's gone to the darkness retreat. He is married now, so who knows? He might be, his house in California, just walking on the beach reading a book. I don't know. I don't really give a damn. But
Aaron Rodgers is married?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow, who's he married to?
I don't know. No, but he got married last offseason.
Wow.
And has kept her identity relatively private. So it doesn't seem like it's one of those celebrity type wives. So who knows? And maybe now that he's married, he's going to want to spend 6 months of the year in Pittsburgh.
Oh my gosh. It's got to be a
Happy
bad marriage.
Valentine's Day.
Want to spend 6 months in Pittsburgh. Oh, my gosh, for anything. I'm sure it's a nice city. I've never been to Pittsburgh. But
it's a nice city to visit.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't want to live there. Got a very cool downtown area.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've been to Philly. That's about
airport's forever away.
Long way.
Although it is cool when you're driving from the Pittsburgh airport and it's, all the forest trees kind of go through this tunnel, and then the city appears. It's like in a snow globe with the three rivers right there and the bridges. It's cool downtown.
So instead of bringing Aaron Rodgers back, what if Pittsburgh went out and got Derek Carr?
Well, Derek Carr, for whatever reason, says that he would return, but only if it was a team that had a legit chance of winning a Super Bowl.
So Pittsburgh's out.
So Pittsburgh, by his definition, would be out.
Well, who would that be? I mean, let's think about that. If you're looking at teams that have a shot at winning the Super Bowl, most of them have quarterbacks, do they not?
They do, although it's interesting because Derek Carr, what happened in New Orleans and with his injury and everything there, when he retired, you kind of knew he wasn't really going to stay retired. But I don't know that he's at the level that can just pick and choose where he wants to come back from. Depending on, Minnesota. Who would want a veteran quarterback? And does the belief in J.J. McCarthy at this point, or to have another veteran quarterback on the roster? That one comes to mind. If Atlanta does part ways with Kirk Cousins, but is Derek Carr going to want to go somewhere where he has to compete with a young quarterback? Remember, that is why, Sam Darnold didn't want to stay in Minnesota, even though they offered him, because at some point he knew he was going to lose his job. Indianapolis, while, they go after an 84-year-old Phillip Rivers for a couple of games, how long before Daniel Jones is healthy? Are they going to re-sign Daniel Jones? Could Derek Carr land in Indianapolis? That was a hell of a team. We'll see. I mean, so there would be some spots for somebody that would be interested in what Derek Carr has to offer, I think.
Well, I think those two teams you just mentioned are probably most likely in Minnesota and Indianapolis. How about a Miami, depending on what they do with Tua?
Well, a decision on that's supposed to be coming soon.
It's supposed to be. Apparently, they had a meeting. The problem is they're going to have to pay the guy. They just signed him to a big contract. If you let him go, you're going to owe him a hell of a lot of money, and a lot of that money is going to count against the cap.
Which is why I wonder if Derek Carr would actually end up in Miami. They would have to go find a young quarterback similar. But seeing a buyout like that, we saw Sean Payton do that with Russell Wilson. Dude, this is going to suck, but you suck, so get out of here. And they had a young quarterback in Bo Nix and made a long run. It didn't take them long to recover from the Russell Wilson contract mistake. So you wonder if Miami would have the same approach, but I don't know if they could do that and then sign a veteran quarterback that is going to be probably looking for $20-30 million a year.
It's interesting on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. I've got all three Texan fans calling for Derek Carr to come to Houston.
Wow, the C.J. Stroud turn is incredible.
Unbelievable.
You've already had one car. Do you want them both?
Well, I think Derek, I don't know. I think Derek, I could safely say Derek was better than his brother.
David Carr was a hell of a quarterback. And being the number one overall pick for an expansion franchise that had no offensive line, I don't know that guy had a real fair shake in the NFL to be successful.
That guy got sacked. He just got sacked again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always on his backside, that's for sure. And I don't know, but I think, look, if you're a team in need of a quarterback, I think Derek Carr is an option. Guy was playing pretty well in New Orleans before he decided to retire.
Well, injuries, yeah. And now it looks like they've got a quarterback there in Tyler Shuck, so I don't see him going back there.
Well, I don't either. And I don't think J.J. McCarthy's a guy in Minnesota. And I know they're trying to make him that. But I could see maybe a Derek Carr. You sign in Minnesota, and maybe you're there for 2 or 3 years until they can get somebody else. Boy, that McCarthy pick. I just don't know. There are times, Jason, where he looks pretty good. Other times where he just doesn't. And I just don't know if I'm convinced, and it doesn't really matter what I think, what they think. Are they convinced that they can win with this guy?
His rookie year was lost for injury. Last year was he ready because he didn't really have the rookie year. He's got to get the reps. And like you said, there are times where it looks like the light bulb is clicking. And I just look at what we saw in New Orleans. At the beginning of the year, that looked like it was going to be a disaster. By the end of the year, it looked like that actually might be a pretty good pick, and Kellen Moore might have something there in New Orleans. J.J. McCarthy, just too many injuries along the way that stunted his growth this year.
Yeah.
Maybe a full off season and one healthy season, he will eventually turn into the player that they thought he was going to be.
Maybe.
But, man, when you have a Daniel Jones and a Sam Darnold in the room, and you choose a J.J. McCarthy, and those guys are having the success they had in Seattle and in Indianapolis, respectively, there's a lot more pressure on J.J. McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell this year for that guy to perform at a high level.
I don't think there's any question about it because Minnesota is a legit contender, I think. They've got the pieces there, and they need a quarterback. And I'm just not sure McCarthy is the guy. We'll see what they decide to do and where Derek Carr decides he's going to end up. It's going to be an interesting offseason. Always is with the Dallas Cowboys. The question is now, though, there's a lot of other teams that have some decisions to make and some holes to fill. It is going to be a fascinating offseason.
Always is.
Always is, and I cannot wait for it. We're live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. Come down and see us. We got about an hour or so of broadcast time left here on the Blitz, but a lot of folks in here. And you got about, I would say about, an hour, maybe a little less than an hour before we draw the winner for the Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets. So you need to get down here, register for those tickets. It's the only way you can win them. And we're giving them away today, not next week, not 2 weeks from now, today. So you'll know whether you won or not before the day is over. So come on down and see us here at the Roo Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
6 for 6, and the Aggies have the lead.
Your home for Aggies football. KTFM Floresville.
Move over, Chips. There's a new, crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-216-1635 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-216-1635. That's 800-216-1635. What do you have to lose? Call 800-216-1635. Again, 800-216-1635.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express-News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
How many points will Wemby score? What about Steph Castle? That's the beauty of playing on Underdog. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on predicted stats like points, rebounds, steals, assists, more. And with Wemby, it's points, always blocks. With Steph Castle, what about De'Aaron Fox? Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, we have reached the All-Star break in the NBA. You catch all the action right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Tonight, the Rising Stars get underway beginning at 8 o'clock. Spurs guards Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper set to compete. Also, Spurs rookie Carter Bryant. He's going to replace injured Grizzlies rookie guard Cedric Coward on Team Vince. They all tip off tonight at 8 o'clock, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. That's where we are, and that's where you should be. It is the place to be. A lot of folks in here having a good time on this Friday afternoon, getting their weekend started on the right foot and getting ready for a little all-star action. The rookie challenge, rookie game, whatever you call that thing.
Rising Stars.
That one. Coming up tonight at 8 o'clock, and you can see it right here here at the Roo Pub. We got golf going on right now. I know that's not thrilling for a lot of people, but I'm enjoying it.
Well, Jordan Spieth is playing good golf right now, but I'm curious on the Olympics right now on one of the middle TV here, and I was trying to figure it out. Then they put it up there, but men's skeleton is going on.
Skeleton,
yeah. USA is not very good. We finished 12th in 19th. Some dude named Barefoot finished 19th. And I'm watching his run go, well, he did pretty good. Now he got 19th. But what is the difference? And I don't know the answer to this, honestly, between skeleton and luge. Because yesterday they were doing it, looked like the same track, but they're laying on the sled and hanging on, and their feet are first. On the skeleton, they're going head first.
Yep, that's the difference.
Maybe that's the difference.
That's the difference?
I guess.
So why is one called skeleton and one is called luge?
Well, one, if you go in head first and you crash, you're a skeleton.
you're going to be one,
you're
right?
Done.
Right? It looks like the exact same thing. Head first seems like a lot more fun. Although you can't do doubles that way. It'd be awkward.
Dude, I don't.
Although doubles is awkward anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm not even going to.
I mean, they don't have co-ed luge.
I'm going to get in trouble if I go there.
Go where?
Go there.
Where?
Well, because they were laying on the back yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With one guy on the sled and one guy on the guy.
Yeah.
So now, if you have one guy laying on his stomach on the sled.
Yeah.
And then one guy laying on his back, then it really looks creepy.
Try to shove it up their ass.
Why, exactly.
I mean, you got to hang on somehow.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, my goodness.
But
I'd make sure that
is it better to be on your belly head first or on your back feet first going down that course?
Dude, I don't have a clue either way. But it looks like fun. And when you see these guys get started, they're running.
Yeah.
Right? And you're running and then you jump on that sled. Dude, I don't know. That one looks like fun to me.
Well, and again, I know Schlitterbahn could ice over the Master Blaster and have a sled down. I think that'd be awesome. They got enough rides, enough slides over there. Ice it down, and you could make that. If you were somewhere and you had a chance to do that, I don't think they would, just casual fan waiting in line to go on the ride. We're not going to go 80 miles an hour like they are. But, yeah, you're right. That looks like fun.
It does. I think I would like to try that. Now, I don't know. I'd probably bust my butt. It doesn't look like, and I'm sure I'm dead wrong on this, but it doesn't look steering. They just lay on that thing and let the track take them. But I'm sure there's some way to.
They're steering. But I don't know what. I don't see. That's the Winter Olympics. There's a lot of sports that you don't know are sports,
right?
And there's a lot of these that you wonder, how did you realize you were good at that, or that you would want to do that? Now, there's like hockey on earlier. I get that. Ski jumping, I get where you come into ski jumping, but the ski jumping has gone to a level that I didn't even think was possible. Everybody trying to gain an advantage, because I'm sure by now you've heard of penis gate over at the Olympics, or crotch gate, however you want to couch it. The great Mike Tirico was on Dan Patrick and trying to skirt the issue of penis gate.
We got scandals over there, Mike. What's your favorite scandals? What's your favorite scandals?
Are you going to go ski jumping on me?
I just wonder how you being the decorated broadcaster hosting the Olympics, how do you do that? You toe the line with this, Mike.
I think the ski jumping thing is one of the funnier stories. I think that we all go to great lengths to cover a story like that, Dan, and we'll I see. It's just everything you say about that story is problematic in some way, shape, or form. Isn't it funny? Like, seriously, that is an only in the Olympics funny story. Sorry about that. It's off the charts good. So yeah, that's one. That's what.
But do you have an expert, Olympics. Mike? Do you have an expert on to talk about Crotchgate?
We are we're searching. It's a very deep research pool, as you know, and we will continue to get our best person on it. It's so funny because now after that story, right, and it makes sense. Like it makes sense in all regards as you watch, and anybody who's sailed, right, or put a kite up in the air, you kind of see that how you want to get the right amount of air to a certain place to keep that in the air long. You see, anything you say is wrong, right?
I like how you're breaking this down scientific. You're like Belichick after Deflategate.
PSI and all this stuff, So anyways, we have not yet covered that story in prime time. However, I'm sure there will be a moment that comes up, and if the situation arises, we'll deal with it as
it is the perfect story for them to cover on Peacock, because what you're having here with Penisgate is ski jumpers are allegedly injecting acid to enlarge their penises so they can be measured for larger, looser suits, which can then catch the wind like a sail, allowing them to make longer jumps.
Wait a minute. Acid injected into your penis will make them bigger?
Yes.
Wow.
Boys, it's Valentine's weekend.
I'm just.
Where
do you get that?
I mean, yeah, they might be on to something.
Holy cow! I mean, that just doesn't sound like a good thing. Acid. Well, first of all, any injection in your penis does not sound like a good thing.
Yeah, well, no. But what lengths are you willing to go to?
Well, it depends on the lengths it gives you.
I don't want a big long thing down there.
Apparently, for these Olympians, it's worth the gold.
So they can get. So what are they like sticking out? And so they need a bigger suit to cover the stick out.
Yes, you understand the bulge.
The bulge.
Which I don't. Why can't you just order one that's a little bit bigger?
I don't know. Now,
I mean, to inject yourself there or have somebody inject you there sounds awful. But there's apparently
depending on who's injecting.
Well, I mean, depending on who, I know where you're going with that, and you're going to have some enlargement regardless if that's happening.
Good-looking nurse or what?
But you know,
would you want to have enlargement before an injection? That's the key.
I don't know. I don't know what the medical terminology here, but you're telling me there's a shot you could take that could make it bigger.
Wow. Well, modern technology, I'm sure now, does this have anything to do with frozen penis?
No, this is completely different.
Completely different.
I mean, it is completely different. A whole different sport. Those guys dealing with the frozen penises. That's a different sport than the ski jumpers.
Huh. Dude, I don't know. Injecting acid anywhere, much less your penis, sounds a little bit dangerous.
It sounds awful, but if it gives you the competitive advantage in ski jumping or it's Valentine's weekend, boys.
Well, I mean, you know, you could always use it there. I mean, so is it a one-time?
I don't know how long it lasts.
I mean, the acid, dude. Think about that. Yeah, you may get big for a minute, and then your acid eats it off.
Well, that would be a problem.
That would be an issue.
I mean, it doesn't say if this is a long-term or short-term solution. You know, you would hope if you're going to this, it would be long-term, every pun intended.
That just does not sound like a good thing.
If you were a competitor, would you do it?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, it's kind of like the old adage. I mean, steroids or whatever that are enhancing drugs that baseball players
well, they still have to have their hand-eye coordination.
So I guess this is all legal.
I don't know that it's legal. It's the Olympics. They test for everything. I mean, they're doing this to get a bigger suit.
Yes. Well, I mean, if Tirico is talking about it on public airways, I'm assuming it's legal because if not, the Olympic Committee is looking into this, right?
Well, I mean, allegedly, but is acid on the banned substance list?
Yeah, acid.
I mean, an acid shot in your nuts.
Yeah, that just sounds weird.
It all sounds weird. It all sounds weird.
Acid injected into you.
Gobbler's knob.
Yeah. No.
Who the hell was that?
I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know.
Well, if somebody out there wants to try that, let us know how it works out for you, will you? I mean, seriously.
Or don't.
I'm just saying.
Don't.
I'm just saying.
If you're doing that, I don't really want to know about it. I really don't.
Well, I do. I want to know how it went.
Well, because then you're going to want to try it.
Well, I don't know that I'm going to want to try it.
You're going to want to try it. If you find out, you know what, the shot really didn't hurt. It was like a little pinch and I was fine. And you gain enough length there to make a difference, you would do it.
I don't like shots in my butt, much less in the penis.
Well, I mean, have you ever had a shot in your penis?
No.
Well, I mean, how do you know you don't like it?
Dude, think about it.
You'd be screaming like that dude, that French skier from yesterday. Short-term pain, man.
Yeah.
Long gains.
Man, that's crazy.
I got to warm up the pipes.
Well, there you go. Your daily dose of penis talk on San Antonio Sports Star.
There's the skier.
Now, that's what I would probably sound like if the needle gets close enough.
Well, and that's just close. That's before it actually injects. For people that don't know, that was a French skier who hit those red flags on the ski slopes when they're racing down the hill. They're called gates. And he took a gate right to the crotch, and that was the live audio after he made contact with the gate. And the audio, the crowd mics picked up his reaction. I still feel bad for that guy.
That scream at the very beginning of that thing, oh my god!
The instant
tells you everything you need to know about.
Oh, monsieur! Good Lord! How about them Cowboys?
Oh yes. Question: We say, how about them Cowboys? Will George Pickens be a Cowboy when the season begins? That's a question, and he may not be. It's a possibility. We're talking about it live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Rd. Get on down here. The clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. On the Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets. You better get down here and register for those. Giving them away here in about 30 minutes or so. So get on down to the Roo Pub, sign up, and take a shot. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, let me tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Stevens Roofing is the absolute best in the business. I know this first and foremost because, well, look, they're great people. They're a family-owned company, but they've been in business since 1983. Think about that for a minute. 1983. That's a long time to be in business, and just tells you everything you need to know. They do it right. They stand behind their work. They have a lot of satisfied customers. The list goes on and on and on and on. And now Stevens Roofing has added solar to what they do. If you've been thinking about solar panels on your house, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Tell them what you want to do, what you're thinking about doing. They'll put it together, and you know they're going to do it right. They'll get it installed properly, and you'll be up and running in no time at all. If you think there's a problem with your roof, if it's been a while since you've had it checked out, or you notice something that just doesn't look right, call Stevens Roofing and Solar. They'll send a team out to your house. They'll check your roof for free. They'll let you know if there are any issues, anything that needs to be taken care of. And, of course, if there is, they're right there to take care of it. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
I'm worth more.
You bet I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
We completely agree. At GiveMeTheVin.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more for good cars that Give Me the VIN, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
It's San Antonio's newest sports watching destination, Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Craft beers, kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens, conveniently attached to North Star Mall, open late. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to novobrew.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
DQ presents The Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
At Target, we're unlocking all the feels this Valentine's Day. It's the perfect time to spread extra love and spoil everyone on your list with unforgettable gifts. First, give a cuddle-worthy surprise with the cutest plush toys, or get party ready and treat yourself to stylish women's dresses you'll heart. Both 20% off. Then dive into the ultimate cozy celebration with your faves with 30% off select women's pajamas. There's something sweet for all your special someones, even you. Find Valentine's Day gifts for everyone at Target.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
Now that Teddy Swims? Is that Teddy Swims? Who's that, Pledge?
That is Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims, I thought so.
He's about to lose control.
Yeah, well, you know, that happens, especially when you inject acid in your penis. That's what happens.
Yeah, and apparently, because our research department, which is you guys, and commenting on our YouTube page there on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, you can apparently buy this acid on Amazon. Do it yourself. According to researcher Sam, the injections are minimally invasive, non-surgical. That define minimally invasive.
No kidding.
They're designed to increase penile girth. Typically lasts 12 to 24 months, with some studies showing patient satisfaction for up to 5 years.
5 years?
5 years.
Holy cow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I saw that, Sam put it on.
Get off Amazon, Joe.
Yeah, I was going, and then Medic said, "You really want Maggie to see that on your search history?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no, she might get too excited about that and say that.
Then
find out, oh, God, when does that come in tomorrow?
He knows how big he swings it.
Valentine's weekend, boys. Amazon could have it to you by 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh,
I mean, it's there.
Dude, I guess. You think it'd be that quick?
Well, I don't know that it's going to help you in that department.
Well, I know. It's like,
but.
So what do you do with you just walk around with a Woody the rest of the time after it's over?
It's not that. It's just, girth. It's not about stamina or it's not the little blue pill where you got to call the doctor after 4 hours.
5 years.
If it's still standing. Or 5 years. It's just, it's
5 years.
It's going to be an adjustment to your underwear size.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, or your ski suit size, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to talk Cowboys in this segment, but I'd like to talk about the Cowboys team that actually wins, Jason. And that's the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
So you're going to go from this topic to Cowboy cheerleaders.
Like, it seems appropriate.
Well, it really does. And, for the other thing, all you need is them.
I'm not sure you need acid.
No. Well, again, the acid's for the girth.
Oh,
not
okay.
the other,
It has nothing to do. Okay, so this is not to help you.
No.
Okay.
No, this isn't about blood flow or any of that.
Wow.
This isn't about your erection. It's about everything else.
I may or may not look at that.
He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
I may or may not. I just don't know at this point in time.
All of a sudden, Ryan Eagle's walking around bow-legged because he didn't buy new jeans. They're going to know.
Damn, Joe's walking funny, isn't he? Look at that guy. Oh, my gosh.
I see Maggie smiling.
Yeah. Oh, Maggie,
it is Valentine's Day.
It is, but I should have ordered this like 3 days ago. I don't know.
Well, again, it'll show up tomorrow morning.
That's a great idea, Jim.
Holy cow. Who knew? The things you learn on this show. Even I learn. It's like unbelievable.
You learn every day.
Well, I do. Which is kind of cool because, hell.
You got flowers for her.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Thanks to our colleague, Ben Bailey.
Look at that.
For bringing flowers by.
If you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, isn't that nice?
I know.
Now, I guess
we're in good.
Alex did this, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice. I don't know if that'll be as good as acid, but we'll see.
Well, it's going to have to do for now until the acid comes in.
Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders is going to be at the Tobin Center on April the 12th. All right. And we have tickets. If you want to go see the Cowboys cheerleaders, you're in luck because this one, well, you don't have to register in person. We're going to let you call on the telephone. Of course, if you don't win tickets, you can always buy them at livenation.com. What do you think, Minix? What caller?
9.
Caller number 9. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck. You're going to get to go see the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Boy, that hooker just lifts me every day.
Now that we've talked about the winning Cowboys, let's talk about the other ones.
Wow.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Comment is shrinkage worthy. Let's start with some of the good that the Cowboys are doing as they are trying to win.
All right.
They're doing things differently. We've been talking about this all off season, and they've done it again. The Cowboys are going to hire SMU defensive coordinator Scott Simons to be the new inside linebackers coach. Now, a couple of things about this that I find interesting. One, it seems so out of the norm for the Cowboys to go hire another coach that doesn't have a ton of NFL experience, a young guy. And you can just tell the research, the interviews that they're doing, the thorough nature in which Schottenheimer talked about how he wants to establish this coaching staff seems to be there. They're looking all over and for the right guy and what he is saying and what he has done versus, all right, well, we hired this guy and he's worked with these 4, so we're going to hire them all. It just feels so different. And the staff that they have put together is so young, which, again, very different than what the Cowboys typically have done.
Well, without a doubt, the oldest guy on that defensive coaching staff is 44 years old. That's incredible. Everybody else is younger than that. The youngest guy I think I read was 29. Christian Parker, obviously the defensive coordinator, is only 34 years old. Look, nothing against old people. I'm one of them. I kind of like them. But to have that shot of energy and that the fresh ideas coming into that building, very un-Jerry-like, number one. But number two, I just think it's going to add some excitement to the defensive room. And I think the players are going to be thrilled about it. Well, and I'm excited about it.
And again, it may not work.
It may not.
But it is so different that I have to give the Cowboys credit for not doing the same old thing that the Cowboys have done. It's not rinse, wash, repeat with how they're going to put their staff together. Because, as you said, Christian Parker's 34. Derek Ainsley, the pass game guy, is 44. You've got a 41-year-old, a 33, 35, 36, and 29. Don't know if that's it for the defensive staff or what else they might add, but I do find it refreshing that when you look at all these guys, it's not like, all right, well, they were together here and there, and now they're all going to be together in Dallas. So the blending of the ideas, it's either going to work or it's going to be a crash and burn, but at least it's being done differently. And as thorough as Brian Schottenheimer says he is and seems to be, I'm going to guess he has found puzzle pieces that are going to fit well together. The other thing that does surprise me about this is Scott Simons was the defensive coordinator for 4 years at SMU. And now he's going to be a position coach, inside linebackers, which tells me he is sick of the college game. As you talk to enough of these college coaches and the way it is in college, that enough of this. I just want to be a football coach. But also, he's at SMU, so he can move to the NFL and not have to move his house.
Well, there's that. You're right. And look, at SMU, that kind of surprises me a little bit because they've got more money than just about anybody to go out and pay players. So
but all the crap they got to deal with.
Well, and all the crap. But if his ambition was to be a head coach one day, getting into the NFL now is going to give him a track to be able to do that in the NFL and not in college. And I think for him, it's obviously he weighed it, both ways and said he'd probably rather be an NFL head coach than a college head coach. And look, I think it's fantastic. And obviously he's pretty good. I mean, SMU's defense, solid.
Well, and again, I just like everything about the way the Cowboys have started this offseason. Will I continue to say that as the George Pickens drama drags into the offseason? Now, let's wait and see because it is the Dallas Cowboys, and we know how they do things. And every day there's a new, different Pickens-type report. The one today, the Cowboys are going to tag George and then try to trade him for a second-round pick. Yesterday it was trade him to the Raiders for Maxx Crosby. Today it's get a second-round pick. I wouldn't be mad at that either if they were able to pull that off.
Well, I wouldn't be either. It's going to be interesting to see if there's a team out there desperate enough for a number one wide receiver, which I think is the way you have to look at George Pickens right now. He is a number one guy. He showed that last year when CeeDee Lamb was injured, that he can carry the load himself. And you not only, though, do you have to give up a second-round pick, you're going to have to pay the guy.
Yep.
I mean, he's due for a big contract. So you're looking at, I don't know, anywhere from 30 to what, $35, $36 million a year, somewhere in that neighborhood. So that's got to be an issue. But there are some teams out there that can certainly use a George Pickens. New England comes to mind. Buffalo comes to mind. There's some teams out there.
Raiders come to mind.
Now, see, the Raiders would be better for the Cowboys because that second-round pick is going to be a lot more attractive than either Buffalo or New England.
Now, but again, they don't have a second-round pick. And as much as I want the Cowboys to sign George Pickens, if they were to trade him and get that kind of value in return, I wouldn't be mad at it because at wide receiver, that is a position you can draft a guy, and if you draft the right guy, immediate impact type of player. Wide receivers, there's just a lot of them out there. So, but when you get a special one, you want to keep them.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you can get that second-round pick, the way Ryan Flanoy played at the end of last year, and depending on free agency or draft, you won't get somebody as good as George Pickens, but you can get somebody good to have alongside CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you can. And Flanoy showed enough, I think, that the Cowboys would feel comfortable about if they can get a second-round pick for George Pickens, I think, to let him go. And, again, I agree with you. He's not going to be anywhere near as good, at least for now, as George Pickens. He may develop into that, but he showed some flashes of really good wide receiver play last year. And I think given the opportunity to be an every down guy, who knows what he might turn into. So he's earned it.
What I like about this George Pickens situation is the Cowboys have all the leverage here, and they have a lot of options. And the only bad option is you tag George Pickens, he gets pissed off and holds out of camp.
Yeah.
If he doesn't show up on time. Maybe he gets tagged and he's a great teammate and kind of like Dak on the tag, shows up and does everything. But most guys on the tag aren't that way. That's the only negative option, or is you tag him and he's pissed off and you don't get a deal worked out. But to tag and trade, tag and sign, the Cowboys have a lot of options. All of them are positive unless, of course, it's the tag and you get a holdout that goes along with it.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Pickens. First and foremost, nobody's going to be surprised when they announce that they have tagged him. It doesn't really mean anything other than he can't negotiate with anybody else. Cowboys have an opportunity to either try and trade him then or work out a long-term deal. So we'll see what they decide to do and how that all plays out, which, again, is going to make for a very entertaining offseason, which the NFL always is. Cowboys, we know, but there's a lot of drama in a lot of different areas around the NFL this year, which is going to be fascinating to watch and see how it all plays out. Hey, we are live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. You need to get down here because that clock is ticking. Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets. You got to come down here and register in person for those things. And, well, you're running out of time, so get on down here. Still got a little bit of time right now. We're going to continue. We got the All-Star Weekend kicking off tonight. No better place to watch than right here at the Roo Pub. The Rising Stars game is and 3 Spurs are in that are going to be in action tonight. So come on down to the Roo Pub, get it done. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And again, here at the Roo Pub, no better place to watch any big game like tonight's action or the Olympics that are on, or any big event because of those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and the food here is fantastic. It's packed right now because it's a great spot to be. Great restaurant, great bar. The food, like I said, we had lunch here today. Joe had the chicken sandwich. When did the chicken sandwich? You had the spicy buffalo chicken sandwich. I had a hot dog and the onion rings, which are fantastic. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu. The biggest and best wings in town. I love the fried shrimp here at the Roo Pub as well. Great salads, I'm told, the appetizers. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub here at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle after a long weekend. The boys are back in the saddle. We got plenty of Olympic hockey to talk, Rob.
Oh, All-Star Weekend came and gone. We've got more Spurs coming forward. Hey, you got an assignment. You can sleep in on Monday, but we will see you again on Tuesday. Set the alarm. We'll see you at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is welcoming new furry family members. 6,000 square feet of indoor play, 5 outdoor yards, and trained staff for your pup. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet as it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like roadside assistance.
Oh yeah, Progressive offers that.
Great. Do you have plans Saturday? My cousin canceled and I'd love to have someone to ride with.
Actually, we just do insurance, not riding buddies.
Cool, let's meet at noon. Actually, scratch that. 10 a.m., you and me, breakfast at a diner.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
Okay, so if you beat me there, get me the Lumberjack special. We can share.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance may require comprehensive coverage.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-575-6879. 800-575-6879.
This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Ryan Eagle. He's Jason Minix, and we're just watching the Olympics here at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. And I don't know what event that is. What is that, cross-country skiing?
Well, but they're shooting things. There's target practice. Biathlon. I don't know.
Biathlon.
I mean, they're skiing uphill. That looks awful. But what I don't understand is when I'm watching them shoot, not once did the TV show us what they were shooting at.
Well, it's got to be targets out there or something,
sure. They're
right?
not shooting like the antelope that are running by.
Well, maybe they are.
Or squirrels or people. But, I mean, at least show me the targets. Did they hit the targets? I don't know.
Well, I guess you find out by – well, yeah, that's a great question, but it's a timed race.
Well, yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether you hit the target or not.
Well, no, it should.
Well, I agree. Or is that just to distract you and slow you down a little bit?
Well, who the hell knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
But it doesn't look like the Americans are doing well in this sport either.
Well, this doesn't look like an American sport.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, it doesn't.
The course looks stupid too.
Dude, that's like running cross country.
Well, there are people that
or in
run
marathons, and I have no desire to do that.
People run marathons.
I know your wife
does.
Marathons. I get it.
Yeah.
And that's cool if you like that. I'm not.
I mean, this guy likes skiing uphill.
Disrespecting you,
well,
but
you
my
are.
God, no, I'm really not.
Olympic dreams, and guy's an Olympian, and you're just poo-pooing all over his efforts.
I think look, he's tired.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he's gassed.
Cross the finish line and down he goes.
Down he goes.
Dude's about to have a heart attack, man.
Well,
he's breathing heavy.
They're showing him shoot. Watch the guy's aiming.
See, it is. It's a target.
And now they're showing a little bit of a target because I think this guy won.
Wow,
a hell of a shot.
Wow, damn.
I know it. That deer would be dead.
There's 4 deer dead.
Shoot that deer, and it takes about 4 steps and then falls, bleeds out.
Right,
That's what you want when you're hunting.
Well, let's add to that then. They should shoot deer, and then he should have to go pick up a carcass and then carry that thing across the finish line.
Except for you got to understand, the deer's not going to stand there. I mean, this is a timed race made for television, so you can't guarantee that the deer is going to be there.
Well, that'd make it more exciting. I'm not saying they should have just a deer carcass laying there.
I mean, but could you imagine if they tried to put deer out there in the middle of this thing? The deer would get scared and run away. There's too many people.
Dude, I'm talking about dead deer already.
Well, why would you want to shoot a dead deer?
Well, you wouldn't. You shoot the target, and then you got to go pick up the dead deer and carry that across the finish line.
Again.
On a unicycle.
On a unicycle.
That would make it exciting as hell.
I mean, now what's wrong with this guy? He's wearing a sleeveless uniform in the snow. Everybody else is all bundled up. They all cross the finish line and fall down like they've done something. They're exhausted.
Well,
this is
yes,
dumb.
they are. I totally agree.
I imagine they are exhausted in what they're doing. I wouldn't even attempt to do. But apparently you've never carried a deer, have you?
No, I haven't. And I damn sure haven't done this either.
Have you ever gone skiing?
Yeah, I have. It's been a long time, but yeah, I have. It was fun, but I'd rather go to the beach.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So, or Las Vegas, one of the two.
Well,
somebody asked me when to go to Lake Tahoe. I said, sure. Oh, we'll go skiing. I said, no, y'all go skiing. I'll be in the casino.
Well, that's it. There are times my wife was the captain of her ski team in high school.
No kidding.
And I've never gone skiing with her. She used to go skiing with her sister's girl trip. You go have fun. I ain't going.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. All right. We're going to be giving away these tickets to Post Malone and Jelly Roll here in about 5 minutes.
All right.
This table over here is anxious.
Well, they
think they got a shot at it.
They do have a shot because they're here at the Roo Pub.
And
you
they
don't
registered.
have a shot if you're not here. Now, Caden's going to make a quick lap and make sure everybody's registered and ready for us to do the drawing here in a couple of minutes.
In the meantime, let's talk a little bit NBA All-Star.
All right.
Because that starts tonight, 8 o'clock, and a good place to be to watch that is right here at the Roo Pub. But by the way, 3 Spurs are participating in this game tonight, which is kind of cool.
It is very cool. It is very cool that there is a lot of Spurs flavor in this All-Star weekend because, the slam dunk contest tomorrow night, tonight's activities, of course, Wemby and De'Aaron Fox in the game. Wemby is a starter. Mitch Johnson is coaching. And because the Spurs are playing great basketball, they're one of the hot teams being talked about nationally, not just here in San Antonio. And it's been a while, 7, 8, 9 years since the Spurs have had that level of national discussion. And it's legit talk. It's the Spurs are so far ahead of schedule that a guy like Kendrick Perkins says they are a legit title contender.
To keep trending the way that they're trending, and that's trying to go win the championship. Let me say this. The San Antonio Spurs are legit title contenders. Legit title contenders. They have a young man by the name of Victor Wembanyama who could be the best player against any other matchup in the league in a 7-game series. They have perimeter defense when you talk about Stephon Castle, a veteran like Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox, a guy that you could go to in the fourth quarter that showed that he could be clutch, that went toe-to-toe with Steph Curry. I expect this team to continue to trend in that direction, and I also expect this team to possibly go and get the number 1 spot in the Western Conference, because the only knock that you could have on the Spurs is them not having enough experience, and the only way to cover that and cover for that is have as many playoff games as you possibly can in your home court.
Look, I totally agree with that. But again, that's easier said than done. And I know they're close to Oklahoma City. They're only 3 games back right now. But SGA's been out.
Yeah.
He will be back after the All-Star break, most likely, which will obviously make a difference with that team. 3 games is not a lot, but it is a lot. There are still a lot of games left. What quick math, Minix? How many games left?
28.
28?
I mean, and so when you look at a 6-game win streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Oklahoma City 5-5 in their last 10. That even when SGA comes back, the Spurs are still going to have a legit chance to catch them. They have done with SGA out what the Spurs have needed to do. And there's been a couple of losses that we said at the time, this might bite them in the ass later, because otherwise they would be tied right now, or maybe even ahead of Oklahoma City, because while they're 38-16, there are 4 or 5 games that they have lost that you go, how in the hell did they lose that game?
Yeah, very true. Very true. And those games, and with 28 games left, there are a couple of games on the schedule, I'm sure, that are those games. You can't lose those games against subpar teams. And they've got some of those coming up once the Rodeo road trip continues after the All-Star break. Spurs don't play again until next Thursday.
Well, yeah, it's the All-Star break.
Well, it sucks.
Well, they got it. I mean, remember when they changed the rules because the All-Stars complained that they didn't really get a break because they had to go in the All-Star game. So now they all get a nice long break.
Well, don't you hate people that complain all the time?
Would you like a mirror?
Uh-huh. All right. I think we're good. We better give these tickets away, shouldn't we?
What, tickets to Jelly Roll and Post Malone?
I think so.
Is that what you want to do right now?
Well, I mean, we're running out of time. The clock's going tick, 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 tick.
All right.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I got 5 minutes.
Dude. Pledge, I thought you wanted extra time for extra innings. There's a cold beer waiting on me.
I'm telling you. Well, I mean, we can talk more Spurs if you want to. I kind of want to do that, and we can talk Spurs on the other end. I'm kind of anxious to give these tickets away.
Caden's a little nervous about what to do with the box. Either grab the box and hand it to us, or you don't.
Pick up the box, Hayden. Open it up.
He's like, no, he's like on a specific time.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
Here we go. All right.
Taylor Swift. Swift.
Well, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm working on it.
I'm
a Swiftie.
All right. So the guy to be mad at if he doesn't pull your name is him.
Are you pulling it or are we pulling it? Okay, he's got to do that. Okay.
Well, hang on.
So here, I'm going to let
Make the host do work.
Hold on. Go grab Heidi and let her pull the ticket.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Go grab Heidi.
That way there's no question.
Yeah.
I'm mixing them up. Mixing them up. Not looking.
Continue to mix them
Dude,
up.
I'm trying.
Well, there are like 8 people on that table fighting for it.
Yeah, right.
And nobody's over here handing me any cash. I don't understand how this
There's
works.
no alcohol over here, no nothing. I mean, no cold
bribery
beer.
goes a long way.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, come on. Where's Heidi?
I don't know. Where did Caden go?
I have no idea.
You just keep funneling all those tickets over there.
I'm mixing up here. That's all I'm doing.
That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing.
All right. Are you getting excited? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Absolutely. Well, it's Posty and it's Jelly Roll. And after the show, you got to ask Reinagel about running into Jelly Roll in the bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely. Great story.
Caden, where is she? Is she coming?
She's way over there. Yeah.
She's working?
Is she coming?
Well, you just keep fondling all those over there.
I am. I'm fondling them all.
You're going to need a cigarette when this is over.
I am. Or some hydraulic acid, one of the two. I don't know.
Jesus. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Now, where did Caden go now?
I think I've mixed sufficiently. I'm going to close.
All right. So now you're tired? You're done?
I'm tired. I'm done, yes. Pledge, play that the whole guy when he's like, I want to hear the scream.
Song you dong.
What? I don't know where Caden went. Apparently, he's got a lot to learn about how live radio works.
Yeah, we may have to adjust and just do this.
Yeah,
here.
we're just gonna do this.
All right, here we go.
I mean, Heidi is busy, so
all right, it's all right. Well, he's got to be over here to shoot the winner.
Hey, will you go grab that dude and tell him to come back to work? Yeah.
No, you're good.
Tell him to get back to work. I don't know why he's standing over at the bar and then coming back without any beer.
Here comes Heidi.
See, he wanted to make sure Heidi is going to draw the winner.
All right, Heidi.
Yeah. Heidi,
come here, right
here. Come over here.
I've already mixed them up, darling. So just grab one.
Yep, just reach in and grab one.
All right. There you go.
Hand it. It's
Give
not
it
your
to
name,
Minix.
is it? All right.
Thank you, Heidi.
All right.
If you registered for the Jelly Roll and Post Malone tickets, we're going to call a winner right now.
Isabel Ozario. Is that you? She left?
What?
She loses. Where'd Heidi go?
No.
Got to draw another name.
Oh, no.
She left. She was at your table and left? Yeah, you call her and tell her she
Get in there.
She screwed up.
All right, there we go.
Steve Canto.
Oh, no. Steve
Who doesn't
Canto.
even want to go. He didn't even want to go. You can buy him a beer and get those tickets.
I'm sure
probably.
you could. Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations, Steve.
Way to go,
Absolutely.
Steve.
Post Malone Jelly Roll tickets.
Wow.
And guy's been sitting here since about 2:03 drinking beer.
Dude's
so
hammered.
Absolutely.
He's not even going to remember he won.
No, he's not even going to remember he won.
Hey, thank you guys all for registering and being here today at the Roo Pub. We appreciate it. Stick around and
he just
drink
pissed
some
off
more.
a whole lot of people, didn't he?
He did.
Especially this table right
this
here.
table, they're getting – I think we better get the hell out of here.
Yeah, extra innings with Pledge.
It's coming up next.
I'm out.
Hey, we're out Tuesday, or Monday, rather. We're back on Tuesday, all right? So join us in on the Blitz. We'll be at 2 o'clock. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thicker than train smoke.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
This is the Blitz with Jason and Joe.